Your Hangout Air is live. Hello, everybody. We are live. We are here with Rod, Just Rican, and his comics. And we had John. I think he's busy blowing on his laptop again to cool it down. Hey, gang. He's over there. He's huffing and puffing on his laptop from like 1997. Let me see if I could.
1997, man, that was a good year.
It was it? I don't remember.
Oh,
I think I was what? I was born in '93, so that's what I was like 5.
oh my lord, man.
Hey, Oblivion Bar, how's it going, man? We're just here hanging out, and we got Boricua Comics. How's it going, man? I gotta get both these guys on with us. And there's John. The King is back. He had to go get some shots real quick.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh man, I told them that John was busy blowing on his laptop.
Wouldn't be the first time.
I've witnessed it.
I did blow right off the laptop. That's what got me all hyped and ready to go.
Oh man, so how are you guys doing this evening?
Drinking.
Drinking, heck yeah. He's got a drink. Rod's got the hat. I got the suit. Yes, Boricua Comics says I'm literally suited up. Yes, I have this tie that's from a video game that I won in a contest from GameSpot like 2 years ago. And I'm like, I've never wore this tie. Let me just throw it on. Why not, right?
Do it. Man, if you got a tie, you got to rock it, brother. You want it, you got to rock it.
Got to rock it, man. Heck yeah. We got Oblivion Bar says there's too much handsomeness for one live stream. I know, that's why John's computer keeps crashing. His computer's like, we can't handle this.
Too much hot.
No, it's too hot.
I will say this is the only channel, or the only show, I should say, where I have more hair than the other people on the panel. It doesn't happen. It just doesn't. Up against Alec, I don't stand a chance. Don't stand a chance.
What are you talking about, guys? I'm growing a beard right now.
You got to catch up to Alec. He's got a lot of work ahead of you.
That's like 40 years.
40 years worth of growth. Oh man, that's fine. I don't know how he does it.
Wearing shorts. If he was smart, he'd have nothing on under there. Just a shirt and jacket.
Hey, I have enough up top, so I don't need nothing down low.
6 layers on top. Oh, he's Donald.
I got it swinging in the air. You know.
He's Donald ducking it the whole way.
Porky Pig in it. Oh man, that's an old reference, right? They don't show that show anymore, right?
I'm impressed that you know that. Matt is in the chat. Mr. Boy who had 7. Congrats on hitting 1,000, sir.
Ooh, nice. That's awesome, man. Hit that milestone. So did Alec hit 1,000 too, and you hit 700. Rod's passed 700. I hit 600. What's going on in the world?
It's crazy, and we got Discovery Bay. He's about to hit 1,000 too.
Oh man, he's on fire, man. He was just doing like a camping trip where he went like I don't know, barbecuing in the woods or something.
Rod's doing the
oh man
8 Mile style.
Oh, no, I'll try. My screen don't pop up, but it's all right though. So I like it like that. Keep me in a corner somewhere. Put me on timeout. It's all right.
Do what you gotta do, Rod. You just rock and roll, baby.
Yeah.
I didn't want to speak too loud. I'd blow out Perry's head.
Boom. Oh man, you guys are funny. Let's see. All right, let me just run down everyone. We got Oblivion Bar, we got Boricua Comics, we got the boy who had 7. Let's see, we got Lady Fantastic, we got Sandy. How is everyone doing this evening? We're just having a good time. Talking about some comic books. I know me and John just all of a sudden now we're starting to do a bunch of live shows together. I don't know where that came from. I don't know where. We did the John made me read Immortal Hulk this week, for those who don't know. And
he's still alive. He suffered through it, but he ain't wearing pants anymore. He's given up on pants after watching Immortal Hulk. Like all the Hulk wears, Perry. It's the other way around. He only wears pants.
Look, so the Hulk can never die? Like
let's take a deeper look at this. Has there been many comic book superheroes that haven't died and come back?
Well, Dead Man is dead.
He's always the opposite.
He's always dead.
He's only dead. He never comes back.
Well said, yes.
That's very well done.
Rod, have you read Immortal Hulk?
Yes, I have. And I think I like it a lot. And I like how Perry goes, certain issues. but you know, it is to a certain degree, whether you like it or not. But I dig it. There are certain issues where it's like, all right, it could be better than the other one or whatever. But I mean, that one issue with the whole jars
I
and
still haven't read that one. What is that, like 8 or
oh,
9?
oh man, let me not.
It's
Oh,
in the
he
next
has
trade.
not read anything,
I've
John.
only
He
read the
has not
first
read
5.
It's in the second trade.
Oh,
Look, I still think the first 5 issues that trade should have just been one giant size issue number 1.
He says that about any Marvel book, though. He's always like, "Can we just shrink this down to one? I don't want to read. I don't want to read 5.
try
I don't
to
need- I don't need that in my
this
life.
guy, man. He's just like, I read the first page. I
I
can't
feel like
do
a
it.
lot of this show could just be DC versus Marvel.
Hey man, there's a lot of like next week, that freaking Last Night on Earth. I want to like the book so bad.
Yeah.
Like I want to just fanboy out and crush, but it seems kind of dumb at times, you
I
know?
respected your newer video when you said, "I don't get it. I read it 3 times. I still don't get it." I respected that at least you're willing to say it instead of people who are like, "This is the best freaking comic ever." I'm like, it's for me, it's like Frank Miller took acid, and now we're just calling it a comic. Like, it's crazy time.
Pretty. Speaking of best comic ever,
Never
Right
had
here.
acid before, but
this is
anyway.
one of my favorite comics of all time.
Well, sure. I mean, it's because
Like-
you got good taste.
Thanks, sir. I had to go out and get the collector's edition, the 30 years. This is like I could reread this book over and over.
I have
again.
that absolute. You know, comic book NYC sent in my very first like official AOK. He sent me the absolute edition of Killing Joke.
It is awesome. There's a sketch of a cover concept of the Joker flashing Wonder Woman, which is the greatest thing I've ever seen in the back of this book.
That's phenomenal.
Rod, have you ever read Killing Joke?
I have, and I like it a lot, man. Yo, the artwork interior is sick and dope, and I need to go back and actually read it again to like really, because I read it at work, and at work it's like too much of this, so I have to go back and read it. But very good stuff, man. Very good stuff.
Heck yeah, man. I'm kind of like slightly upset because I thought this new Joker movie was gonna be like The Killing Joke. Like I felt like they were gonna draw a lot from that, but then I keep looking at the wrong camera.
Well,
but
you got to
then-
talk into your mic too. You're talking away from the mic.
I'm sorry, John. I'm trying my hardest. This is all new setup. Everything's different to me. But yeah, no, I kind of
Perry,
want
you
them.
gotta step up to the mic, sir. Step up
I
to the
don't
mic.
know.
This is late night with Perry Comics. You gotta step up. He's with the sexy voice. Perry Comics in the house. Take
All right,
it away,
Rod.
Perry.
Like I was saying, Rod. No, like I don't know. I felt like the Joker movie. I haven't even seen it yet. I'm criticizing it. I don't know. I just have like the Joker's one of those characters where I already have a picture in my mind of what it is, and then to see like someone's like, all right, I'm gonna not draw anything from comic books and just have my own iteration of the Joker. I'm kind of like,
That's worrying. I will admit.
Slightly worrying, yeah.
But what I like, I would be more worried with a different villain. What I like about the Joker is he is very flexible as a design, right? I mean, like I remember when Heath Ledger died, and that was such a hit, right? That film and his performance was such a hit, and people were saying what they should do is constantly bring the Joker back to that universe, but have a different actor play him every single time. And it's the same Joker, but it's all these iterations of this insane character who really doesn't have an identity beyond his relationship with Batman, you know? And I think that I at the time I was thinking, what a bitchin' idea. You'd get any great actor who wants to ham it up and really do something different could get to lay their fingerprints on a cool character. So it was kind of like that for me. But I would say that this new Joker, I'm not super pumped for it. My question though was going to be for you guys: when you hear or when you're reading a Batman comic with Joker in it, is there a Joker voice that you hear?
oh yeah,
Well, Perry, you want to? Well, I'll answer it because Perry, I'm a little old school, but I have to go back to Jack Nicholson. And in 1980, that movie, when that movie dropped, that opened doors for everything out there. And we had Superman prior to that, but then came Batman. And yo, that movie dropped, and then that whole laugh he did, that was his trademark. And Jack Nicholson nailed it on point, and Michael Keaton was awesome, awesome. And you could go out there and look at Batman movies, and you can see who did great on Batman, on Joker, and all these other villains that came out after that. But you cannot touch Jack Nicholson when he played the Joker, unless you can jump up to Heath Ledger, and that's my opinion, and this is
No, I respected it. I like that you're an old school guy, because I'm clearly one of the older people doing this.
and let's go back to
YouTube.
old school, to the TV show back in the 60s,
Well,
where I remember that very
Cesar
much.
Romero, right? Cesar Romero style.
Yep, the 64, 60, 64, around that. Just watching that, just a little bit around that.
What about you, Perry? Who do you picture though?
Well, real quick,
who do you hear? I should say
before, yeah, because I feel like it's Backstreet Boys. Let me just shout out the chat real quick. We got a aggressively relaxing who's in here. Thank you for joining. We got a nerdy blurb. We got Old Wolf. We got Sam I Am. How's it going, guys? We got Stacy in the chat. Let's see. We got Jaguar. We got ICT. Bunch of great folks. Thank you, everyone. Genome. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Bake the Snake. So my first exposure to Batman was Batman the Animated Series, because I was born in '93. So when I hear Joker, I hear like this high pitch, whine. Hey, Batman!
Mark Hamill. That. You know who it is, right?
Who I don't know who played. Who
it's
does
Luke
that role?
Skywalker from the Star Wars films. That's Mark Hamill, the same actor who plays Luke Skywalker in all the Star Wars films. He is the voice of the Joker in the animated series, and that's my pick as well. I hear Mark Hamill. I also hear Bob Conroy, who does Batman. I hear him when I read Batman. Those two on the animated series, that's exactly who I hear every time I read a Batman comic. Just legit.
every single time I read Joker, that's the exact same voice, no matter what. Because there's so many different types of iterations of Joker from different comics, like Detective Comics to Batman Who Laughs. Like the Joker, you would think would sound differently, but it's like his voice just flows no matter what book.
Yeah, and now you got to try to imagine Luke Skywalker doing that voice.
Yeah, I can't even picture that.
It's crazy. I've only seen a couple of videos of him in the sound booth doing it, but it is wild. Like that voice coming out of that guy, you just don't picture it. It is phenomenal.
You're going to make me want to go YouTube that after this.
Oh, sorry, it is Kevin Conroy. I said Bob Conroy. Thank you, Bake the Snake. Yep. I'm already drinking. What can I say? It's been a crazy long day. I have a couple of anecdotes that we'll get to at some point.
Heck yeah.
I decided that I wasn't going to do too much about comic books if I came on here.
Hey,
it's late night. Who knows what's going to happen?
Well, we could talk about whatever, man. We can talk about whatever. This is late night with Perry Comics, man.
No agenda whatsoever. We're just here having a good time.
I'm happy to tell you that both of my anecdotes for the day, that nobody really got hurt, but I legitimately kind of had to save my daughter's life today.
Oh my God!
So I'm kind of drinking because of that.
Oh man, you're celebrating. No.
Was you like Flash, like running through and saving her? How did that happen?
He sounded like Flash.
I can tell the story if you want me to start with that one. I know that I kind of dropped the hook there pretty deep.
All right, yeah. Right before you get into that, I just want to show because I just want to show this. This is that Joker flashing Wonder Woman.
Oh my God!
And I think that is like the funniest cover. I wish that was a comic cover because I would totally buy that. I would hunt for that book.
That would not make it past quality control.
Oh man! All right, yeah, I could only show that book on late night. So go ahead and tell us how you pulled a John Locke and did some amazing maneuvers to save your daughter.
So I gotta preface this by saying the kind of parent that I am. I know there's a lot. I'm not throwing shade on parenting styles because it has to fit you, right? Has to fit your family. I am the opposite of a helicopter parent. Like I really can't manage. I don't want to spend my time managing my kids' time. I want them to be their own decision makers, and I don't want to be hovering over them. And as a teacher, I view the independence of my students as like priority one. So it's the same with my girls. Like I want them to do for themselves. But there's a great parenting meme where it's like
the happy parent face and then the scared parent face where it's like, wow, my kid is doing this for the first time. That's so great. And then it's like, oh my God, they just fell on their face and like ate it. Like that's legitimately the story arc that I went through today. So we went to the beach. The girls are great swimmers. They do ocean camp every summer since they were really little, where they go with a teacher and a lifeguard and they go beach to beach. They learn how to surf, paddle board, how to be safe at the ocean. So we go today. I'm with a couple of teacher friends. One of them has a little 1-year-old. We're all hanging out. And I trust my girls. They go to one end of the beach where the waves are a little bigger, but there's space, and they're playing. And I watch them, and they're going under waves. If the toe is pulling them out, they know how to swim sideways to get in. They judge the wave because a lot of Alec jokes, don't turn your back on the ocean. That's legit. If you don't live near the ocean, you do not turn your. That's when accidents seriously happen. Oh, yeah. My girls, so they want to get out of the water. They always watch the wave. Can I get out? Nope. I got to go back a little deeper in the water so I don't have waves crashing on me. They're smart. They're safe. So at this beach, there's a couple of rocks like right in the center with water going between them. And these girls are playing volleyball, these teens, and they hit their volleyball. It goes right in between these rocks and it's sort of getting pulled out, right? But that's a really unsafe spot. Waves can crash through there. Well, my youngest, my little 8-year-old, she's like, I can get that ball. She sees these teens, they're like timid. The timid teens are like, I don't want to go near the water. The water's like scaring me. I will admit it was like a high yellow flag day. If you don't know flags, red flag is don't you dare go in the water. Green flag is everybody welcome. Yellow flag is, hey, you choose.
Oh boy.
So my girls were doing it. Charlie pushes past all these teens. She barrels into the water. She is going after this volleyball. She is swimming along. And I'm watching, right? And I'm having this parent pride moment where I'm like, that's my girl. She's brave. She's doing it, right? I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to sit in my beach chair. I'm going to watch this happen. This is amazing. She gets to the ball. And I'm like, this is great. Look what she just did. No fear, right? Don't live with fear in your life. And then I look at the waves that are on the horizon that are coming her way. The biggest freaking set of the day is barreling in on my little 8-year-old who's holding a volleyball. You want to hear? Yeah, she hears me telling the story, so she's here now. She's alive, all well, no injuries. So she's there. The wave is coming, and it's like now my face has gone from pride to horror. Like, what did I just let my kid do? This wave's coming. She has a moment of like volleyball or my life, right? She's like, screw the ball. She throws the ball away and just goes under this wave. This huge wave pummels the rocks. And I'm like, did my kid just like get shattered on those rocks?
Oh my God.
Like a little sea lion. She pops up. She's looking around. She's still in the water. She starts to swim in, but the bigger waves are still coming. And I'm like, Charlie, swim back out. Swim deeper. Half the beach. Yeah, all these people stand up. They're all watching Charlie, this 8-year-old in the rocks and the big surf. And I'm like, swim further out. They're all screaming at her. So she goes under 3 huge waves. The biggest set of the day is right there. It's so big, it actually washes up on our towels and our beach stuff. Like our library books got drenched.
That 181 got drenched, right?
Oh yeah, no comics. I didn't bring actual comic books, just like library books.
I thought you were to say, "Oh my God, the whole beach stood up," so I started live streaming.
Well, then I went David Hasselhoff at this moment.
Oh boy!
I hand my sunglasses off to somebody, and I just start barreling for the water. I crash in through the surf out to her. She's out there past the waves. Each big wave's still coming. She's like, Dad, where are you? So she swims over to me. We start swimming in. By then, the whole beach is watching what's going on. The lifeguard comes barreling out to us. But by then,
comes out of nowhere.
But it's me. I've got her. There's 2 other dads who came out, and then this lifeguard's like, "Well, you don't need me now." So he's just swimming back with us. Like I already did his job. It was freaking wild.
Yeah, that would be me, the one that I don't swim, and I'd be the one to be like, "Oh, you did everything, okay, John and the kid. Come on,
she did,
Charlie. I don't. You perfectly fine. I'm white as hell. I don't swim.
Oh man, she did everything right, like how you treat the surf, how you get out of danger. She did it all right, but for an 8-year-old, that's a lot to expect. And yeah, it was amazing, and she was awesome. It was.
But what happened to the volleyball?
Dude, that was the first thing she said when we got to shore. Where's the volleyball? Oh, but yes, the volleyball, she had thrown it towards the shore, so the first huge wave pushed it right up onto the sand. So amazing. Yeah, that's what Old Wolf says. What happened to the volleyball? So awesome job, Charlie. And that's why your dad's drinking tonight.
Heck yeah. Celebrate. Thank
Rock
God
on,
she's okay.
Charlie. Good girl, man.
Welcome,
going,
Mr.
man.
Comic Edwin the Jabroni in the house. How are you doing, sir?
What's up, guys? Glad I could join, man. I was watching a TV show with the wife. We just finished watching another episode of Jessica Jones, and then wanted to jump on and say hello.
Heck yeah. Well, we're glad you made it. I was what was it, on Tony Fett's channel tonight at 9 o'clock. We're doing an interview on Jabroni. So if you guys want to know more about the comic Jabroni, he actually dives a little deep in some insight into him, how he got his name, bunch of cool stuff about his collection and his comics. I definitely encourage you to check it out. And so I want to say, John, Old Wolf said, so John is watching the volleyball teens instead of his kids. Pretty good.
The whiskey on the late night is here. We're drinking Buffalo Trace bourbon tonight, gentlemen.
I went with tequila tonight, so I'm sorry I wasn't following trend.
I came with
Buffalo
diabetes,
Trace, man. So. And I just did a unboxing and whiskey review. I recorded it today. I'm going to drop it on Sunday.
Ooh, I'm looking forward to that.
Dude, this stuff is amazing, man. And the distillery that it comes out of does some really high-end bourbons, but this is fairly cheap. It's like $25 maybe for a fifth, and it is amazing stuff.
Oh damn, it's like $30 here, but that's my go-to whiskey whenever I go to make it old-fashioned. Has to be Buffalo Trace. That's
it's a daily driver for me, as I like to call it.
Alcohol and comics,
guys, because you have to drink your bourbon because it's scientifically proven that it lubes the brainstem, guys. And lubes the brainstem.
I want to shout out Mr. TJ. Mr. TJ, the Slab Dragon Watson, says, Perry, you clean up very nice. Thank you, sir. I try. You know,
who did that full Windsor for you, man? I know you didn't put that together.
YouTube. I was from 10 o'clock to 10:45. Get this motherfucking car to work.
Well, you gotta put the little knot in the middle next time. You gotta put the little knot.
Yeah, you gotta get the little the little circle right there, a little ball. I don't know how you call it, but it's a beautiful knot, Perry.
It looks pretty clean. I was watching Hitman today.
You look well, sir.
Thank you, sir. You know?
So what have I missed out, man? What have you guys been shooting the shit on?
Let's see. John became a superhero today.
I became David Hasselhoff. That was it.
Yeah.
That is a superhero, man.
He ripped his shirt off and started slow running down the beach. Oh man, we were talking about the Joker, actually, Edwin. I'd be curious to your answer. My question was, when you read a Joker character in a comic, whose voice do you hear?
There's like 2 or 3 different ones for me.
Oh, there's many, right? Yeah,
there's many because there's many different Jokers. So I hear Mark Hamill, I hear Jack, and then Heath Ledger every once in a while, but. Yeah, definitely Jack and Mark Hamill, man. Those are my 2 Jokers.
Heck yeah. That's awesome.
And especially
I didn't know that he did that voice.
And Batman Arkham City or Batman Arkham, the PlayStation game that came out, Mark Hamill did the voice of Joker in that too.
That's cool. That's awesome.
I didn't know that either.
So that is the voice of Joker.
Let's see. There was a question in the chat that I wanted to get to. Let me see.
As a father, as a teacher, I can tell. Is that a Father's Day project over your shoulder there, Edwin?
Yeah, you see that right there?
Look at that.
Yeah, my son.
I know that project well, brother.
I love you, Daddy, from my son Nico, man. And he said he wanted it on the wall with the comics, so I put it on the wall with the comics.
Respect. Yeah, man. It's a better time than mine. Real quick, the Oblivion Bar dropped a question. He said, which DC book dropping next week are the top 2 in your opinion?
I'm not as up on what's coming next week.
Batman Who Laughs and Batman Last Night on Earth.
I think those 2 have to be my most anticipated.
It's a light week. It's a 5th week, right? Mm-hmm. So there's not a lot of books coming out, a lot of annuals. But I think those 2 are probably my big DC books.
That one and American Carnage has been really, really good. For anyone who likes white supremacy and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, that's right up my alley, bro.
You gotta have an open mind.
Hey man, it's pretty good. Don't knock it till you try it.
Oh, just
don't read it.
Let's we get so we got some people in the chat. I just want to run
trying to see if sometimes people I know list like the books they're picking up next week in their story, and I don't see anybody.
I want to start doing that, like, because I always see that. I'm like, oh, I do my picks on YouTube, and I'm like, all right, I'm surprised that people watch that. Let me try to throw them on Instagram now and see if people like that.
Yeah, there's not. I'm trying to think of any Batman or Catwoman or Flash. Flash was last week.
Yeah.
Batman Secret Files #2 is coming out, so that's going to be a continuation of the Bane City of Bane. So I'll probably pick that one up because I want to know how did Bane even take control of Gotham? I have no idea.
But they asked Tom King about that one.
But see, Tom King's not writing this. This is done by Andy Kubert. This city that's whatever the hell is that? Secret Files.
Well, if we're speaking of Batman, issue 1000, that first story with the Detective Monkey and that whole secret society. I want them to come out with that. I want to see more of that society. That shit look cool. You know? It did.
And I thought that's where the annual was gonna go, where it's a picture, it's like a drawing of Batman taking the black book out. I thought that's what it was gonna be. I thought they were gonna go delve into that secret society of detectives, man.
Oh, yeah.
And it didn't?
It did not.
That's a bummer.
It did not go into that. Still a good story, but yeah. I can see where Perry, you were right on it, brother.
Heck yeah. And then we very quick before you jumped on, we touched on Immortal Hulk. What are your thoughts on Immortal Hulk?
Who reads that?
Yes!
You're crazy, dude. Perry, I read the hell out of Immortal Hulk. Man.
Oh, damn. I thought you would shit on it with me.
Hey, John, get ready. You're going to start reading Daredevil.
No, don't do it. Don't go to the dark side.
John, you know it. And actually, John, I read the last issue. But anyway, let them talk about
Immortal trash.
Dude, you're not gonna don't throw firebombs, dude. You're gonna get people all riled in here.
I was on John's side in that video you guys did the other night or yesterday, man. I dig Immortal Hulk. I dug it since issue #1. It's a different take on Hulk. Even though I guess he's been immortal his whole life.
Yeah.
But
and he I
like fear. It's gotten away. The first few issues were more of a horror type of book. It's gotten away from that, but then it came back to it in these last few issues, especially with the Red Harpy coming back.
Oh my god!
And
that was raw.
Yeah, gruesome deaths, dude.
Oh man,
gruesome deaths.
I guess I gotta pick up the second trade now and catch up. You know, I'm out of the loop.
I'll be real with you. There are issues where I pick it up, I read it, and I go, This wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. There are some down issues, but for the most part, all 21 issues taken as a whole, it's been a good read, man. And I can't say that about every series.
I feel like that's how you have to read it though, because like I was reading this and I was like, all right, if I was reading this week to week or month to month or bi-weekly, like I would. Number one, I would forget what's happening. Number two, I would be like, I don't understand where this is going. What the hell's going on? That's why I like the trade, because the trade it kept me turning the pages, even though it was like pulling teeth. But
but that's why you need to start reading Daredevil.
Oh man!
Hey Rod, what are you drinking on tonight, brother?
Actually, nothing right now. Just a little glass of my Phillies cup right now. Hopefully, the Phillies lost tonight. And we're probably done for the season. And I'm pretty sure.
Logan Torres says, Perry, leave him
Hulk alone. Hey, man, I went out of my comfort zone. I read the book. I gave a pretty open-minded and good review on it with John.
And I respect that you would do something. I mean, not a lot of people would be like, I'm going to spend time reading something that I have no interest in. Like
he didn't read it. He just read the reviews. That's all he did. I'm going to tell you right now. I know that Joker did not read that book.
Oh, man. Ask me any questions the first 5 issues.
Rod. And read 8.9, 9.2. And read and just kept going on to the critics. Yo, he didn't read that book.
I gotta say, the Sasquatch guy, that he was my favorite character. That story where he was with the reporter going around and doing stuff like that was the most entertaining thing for me.
Oh
All right.
He read it.
Rod, I wanted to say, like, Rod, my dad will not watch things like Game of Thrones, but that is legit what he does. He will wait till the day after. He'll read all the spoiler reviews just so he can talk about Game of Thrones. But he has never watched an episode in his life.
I haven't either. So,
but he wants to talk about it, so he has completely spoiled himself on everything about it, just so he can talk about it.
And Sam I Am Comics is correct. Perry is waiting for Deceased to come out in the trade to send it to John. And I will force John to read the full DC Deceased, and he will become a fan, and then he'll start buying all these DC books. It's going to happen.
It's issue 4 is when they explain Lois Lane's lazy eye, right?
Oh, my God.
man,
Oh, my God. Oh, man.
That was the worst freaking drawing I've seen in a really long time.
Have an open mind, John.
You haven't been reading Major X then, because there is some ugly artwork in there.
You know for sure I have not been reading Major X.
Yeah, Major X is bad.
Oh,
Bad.
man.
But this and Deceased is good too. Like, I'm on both sides of the train. I like Immortal Hulk, but I like Deceased as well, man.
Yeah.
I like the brand new take on a zombie, even though they're not really zombies.
Yeah, they're like life something. I don't know. But I don't know. It's
You don't
cool.
even know what the anti-life equation is?
Anti-life equation.
What kind of a DC fan
There it
are
is.
you?
Hey, man, I've read like,
it has to be some type of zombie stuff. I mean, you got
That's where
freaking
Alec
Alfred
gets
with a
his
shotgun shooting freaking Batman, and then
look, Alfred, that was a badass part. Seeing how badass
that
Alfred
was
is.
so sad though.
Yeah, he had to kill his own, like, his kid, pretty much. He was like a father figure to him.
Spoiler alerts. Spoiler
Oh,
alert.
spoiler alert. The book came
yeah,
out 2 months ago.
I thought you guys were going to want me to read this later.
Now.
Yeah.
But that,
Oh, man.
well, you know what? Anyways, but no more spoilers. I want to talk about it, but I'm not.
Hey, man. Another good book I've been reading is that Oblivion song. I didn't think I was going to like that. That trade's really good.
It is a real good read, and I don't even think I've read as much as the full trade. I bought on New Comic Book Day. All the books were $1 at my shop, and they had a ton of Oblivion Song, and I just went and I got like the first 3 or 4.
Oh, wow.
But I was really taken by the story and the idea. And I'm not a Walking Dead fan. I only read the first few trades. I just got bored with it. I think Oblivion Song is a better premise. Like, just it has more to it than just like, hey, zombies.
Yeah. I like the way they did the trade is they don't tell you when issue 1 stops and when issue 2 starts. So you just keep turning pages, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm like halfway done with this book already. You know, it was just like so good. Rod or Jabroni, have you guys read it?
No, I'm waiting for that A-OK, bruh.
Oh.
Well, actually, I'm on top of it since issue 1. I've been reading it, and actually, if you wanna, Robert Kirkman said it from the beginning. If you go back and read some of at the end of the issues, he said there's a long story. This is gonna be a long run, so it's pretty neat because it made me wonder when Walking Dead was over. So is that why he stopped doing Walking Dead? Maybe he's focusing on Oblivion Song and all this stuff. So not Oblivion Song, yeah. So I'm thinking of freaking the podcast guys, out there. But yeah, man. So I'm telling you right now, my cat is here now. It's just freaking out right now.
I haven't read Walking Dead, but I've seen the show, and for idea of the Walking Dead show compared to Oblivion Song book, I think Oblivion Song is like way better, in my opinion.
It's based on all in Philadelphia,
Philadelphia,
like
yeah.
So it's like,
so it's a post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah, that's
within
exactly
the city.
What it is
within the city.
I've got issue number 1. And I think I have issue 5 where it was there was a secret variant to it.
Oh wow!
And I have that, but I don't have enough to really dive into it. So is it better than Gideon Falls? Have you guys read Gideon Falls?
I have the trade here. I'm definitely gonna read that. I think probably tomorrow.
That's another one that I haven't gotten into, but I know
I read for a friend told me to read Gideon Falls, and my LCS had just gotten the director's cut. They released like a issue #1, like the director's edition. The Image does that sometimes, but it was in black and white. That's how they do their director cuts. I don't freaking get it. I read Black Hammer that way, and it freaking ruined Black Hammer for me because it looked like garbage in black and white. I don't know what the purpose is. And
I'm not a fan of black and white.
It's
I
bad.
like color.
It was bad.
That's
So
I think that's
I
why I never
really
got
did
into
not
Walking Dead.
enjoy Gideon Falls, and I maybe I should go back and give it another shot. Black Hammer, I love now that I'm reading it in color, but Gideon Falls, I read the director's cut and I didn't care for it.
But
I hear it's amazing.
Since you were like back in the day with the TVs that were black and white, that you would gravitate towards that.
It was radio.
But the
Harry
black
was
and white
radio
stuff,
back in
I
the day.
see
I was
like,
just listening to the radio.
well, black and white is pretty cool. Actually, John, I'm pretty sure you know about White Whale had a book that dropped, and it was Missing Pieces, and that was all black and white. And that's
a garbage book.
White Whale did was great.
That Missing Pieces was garbage. That guy, I don't know who wrote that, but that guy just sucks.
Yeah, so you may think it sucked, but I love the book. Actually, my wife read it, and she was like,
it is actually really decent. And if you guys ask, usually White Whale is pretty good about sending it to you. We're teasing Alec of White Whale Comics. He wrote and drew his own comic book. He did 3 issues. He planned out 12 or 13, I think.
Yeah,
it's like a good read, and he's got plenty of them. That's where his logo comes from. He's even got like a little flag hanging now in the back of his setup because he made all that stuff so that he could go to Comic Cons and try to sell his comic.
That's
well
cool.
said, sir. Well said.
That is definitely cool.
Heck yeah. And then we got Lady Fantastic saying Usagi is awesome in color. And I want to second that motion because I don't think I would enjoy the book if it wasn't in color. That's another book that just came out, I think issue 2. And there's one more and then it's going to be wrapping up. But that's awesome. HAQ79 says, are you guys ready to The Walking Dead 193 slabbed?
I have a copy, but I won't get it slabbed. I have other books to get slabbed instead of that one. You know, it's lower on my list.
Can I shout out Sam's Tangled Web in the chat? He is one of the awesomest guys, and you should sub him up. He's a really great guy. I want to get him over 1,000 again or at some point here so that he can live stream again from his phone. Because he used to do all these great live streams from all over the place, and then of course when they put the cramp down on that, he was not able to do it anymore. But love me some Sam's Tangled Web.
Heck yeah.
What?
I wanna get him to read some DC with us and talk about
he loves some Flash though. He's a real big Flash fan. I will say that.
He is the Marvel guru. They call him the architect, and he deserves that title.
Actually, yeah.
Heck yeah.
So Perry and I have been talking about movies a lot lately. I want to just shout out this idea. Perry is a samurai nut right now. I don't know what it is. He got samurai in his veins. He's got the grandpa over here. He's got the bunny over there. He's got the samurai.
Bunny.
Samurai Jack. Oh,
Bunny.
I mentioned this comment to him the other day about what is probably the greatest samurai movie of all time. And his face was like, I don't know this. I've never heard of this movie. Seven Samurai.
Seven Samurais. I heard you guys talking about it yesterday.
Dude, he was like a blank slate.
I still am.
I feel like a freaking old geezer, and he's like a baby. It's like Seven Samurai. As a samurai fan, you gotta watch this freaking movie. It's amazing. Somebody in the chat back me up who's, obviously a young person would be great.
Old Wolf said great movie.
There you go.
I knew
it would be Old Wolf and TJ. I can count on Old Wolf, TJ, and Sam for legit. Right now.
I'm old too, but you know what?
You're not as old as me, though, Rod.
I'll leave it to the chat.
I know it's a foreign film, and it's a black and white film, and it's like a 3.5 hour film.
Oh, these guys. They're so spoiled with their
Perry's ADHD can't handle it. He can't handle it.
Yeah, man.
Listen, just because I wasn't alive to listen to the fireside chats by FDR, okay, you ain't got to throw shit at me, guys.
There you go.
Oh man.
I can't say so. So, John, you don't like reading black and white comics, but you'll watch a black and white movie.
Legit, that is 100%.
Man, I can't get into it, man. Not the black and white movies either.
I have only seen one black and white movie, I think.
Casablanca.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, great freaking movie. Great freaking movie.
You gotta cover up for that
now,
one.
I will say the only reason I appreciate black and white movies is because I had a dad who really like pushed that when I was a kid. So we watched John Wayne all the time. That was like my dad's kick. You know, Bogart, all these old. That was like I grew up. You know, my friends were all watching. You know, whatever crappy 80s movies, but like I was watching 40s and 50s movies. That was just the household I grew up in. So I got older and people were like, what kind of movies? You like these crappy movies?
You need to quit this blasphemy of 80s crappy movies. Okay? Those were the greatest movies ever created. Arnold Schwarzenegger, okay, made some awesome movies in the 80s.
Commando is legit awesome.
Oh, Commando, yo.
Dude. I mean, yeah, they're cheesy as all get out, but
no, I love me some early Arnold.
Damn it, if you won't stop on TBS to watch one of those movies when they're on.
If it's Running Man or Commando, I am in 100%.
Yeah, man.
And they ruined Top Gun right now.
He holds that guy by his foot over the cliff. I just freaking love it in Commando.
Like, hey, remember when I told you I'd kill you last? Well, I lied. And then he drops him off the cliff.
So good.
Oh, Jesus, Arnold, man. Oh, man. Hey, have you guys watched any of the Jessica Jones on Netflix?
Nope.
This new season?
Suck. My wife loves it, but I hate it.
Dude, you're insane. This show gives me goosebumps when I watch it, man. So good. Man. So good. It's like Dexter, but with superheroes. I don't know if you ever saw the show Dexter. I love that show.
Great show.
So this,
the blood in the vial in the air conditioning thing, that was so cool. I don't know why.
I think season 4 of Dexter was the best, right? And it had the dad from from the Sun.
Yeah. John Lithgow. So good.
So this Jessica Jones season kind of has that feel to it of that 4th season of Dexter.
And then let me ask you this, because I'll tell you what's keeping me from watching Jessica 3 is I didn't finish Jessica 2 yet. And I don't know what
Bake the Snake just says. I saw the first 3 episodes. It totally redeemed itself after season 2.
So do I need to finish season 2 though to watch season 3? Should I just skip it?
Just watch the very beginning of season 3 and it gives you like the recap of season 2.
Should I skip season 1 and season 2 and just watch season 3?
I think season 1 was good.
Season 1 is phenomenal.
Season 1 was dope.
I don't know how you top season 1. It was. I mean, it was
Purple
amazing.
Man, yo, fire.
Yeah, season 1 was good. We haven't finished season 3, but we're like 9 or 10 episodes deep, and it is amazing.
But David Tennant's in it. I love David Tennant, man.
He's the Purple Man, dude. He's the bad guy. He's the best.
He's the doctor.
Bad guy.
No matter what show I watch, he will always be the doctor to me.
And that's a Marvel. This is the Marvel stuff. You're watching it right now, Perry.
It's also, hey, I'm just going to throw this out there. I know there's a lot of haters. It's also based on a Bendis property. I'm just going to say it.
I like Bendis, man.
Yes.
A lot of Bendis haters, but I love me some Alias, love me some Daredevil Bendis, and I like New Avengers. I like them. And Powers. Don't freaking forget Powers is a phenomenal read.
I like Naomi in DC, and that's Bendis.
I want to get the trade. I want to read the trade.
I like Bake the Snake did a live stream this week. He took Naomi and he chucked it across this room. And I'm like, that's my man. Go ahead and throw that book to the garbage.
Wait, Naomi number 1?
And go running back for it.
Naomi number 1? Dude.
No, I think 4 or 5.
Oh, I was going to say, if it was number 1, then come on, dog. Come on, dog.
Just send that out to the community.
He threw it at a pillow. And a pillow and just bounced off.
I know that Perry, you know, he's an excitable guy. I think one of his biggest joys is saying something he knows is going to piss people off. He just freaking loves it, right?
Yep.
I've clicked into his psyche.
Not even, man. I just have my own opinion, and I just like to express it.
It's very different than that.
Hey, John, tell him Batman who laughs sucks, and he'll go nuts.
Huh?
Tell him Batman who laughs sucks, and he'll go nuts.
Okay, Batman Who Laughs does not suck. It's not a bad book.
It's gonna come right off if you tell him it's
Oh my God! It's a great book. It's a good story.
You see what I started? You see what I started?
I love it, dude. And that's the same with Perry. He lobs a grenade in that chat and just watches it go off.
Did you guys ever read The Boys? They just came out with the
Amazon show, right? The Amazon show.
Yeah. So if you've read the comic, I haven't seen the show yet, but I've read the comic maybe about the first 15 issues. It's awesome. Different take on superheroes. and I'm hoping this TV show just does justice to it.
I seen the trailer and it looks like there's like their version of like Superman and Wonder Woman. Like they have like their own version of like these DC heroes.
So
cool.
yeah, it's just like that, right? And they go out, they save the day, but obviously when heroes save the day, there's collateral damage. Well, these heroes, they don't give a hell what they're busting up. They don't care who they kill as they're killing the villain. So there's this team that's trying to take these superheroes down because of the people that they've affected in their life. So it starts off like the book starts off with this guy. He's in the park with his wife, and he's kind of frolicking with her. And then this Flash type of hero just runs and just kills her, dude. Just wham right into a building, and he's still holding her arms. The dude is still holding her arms. And blasted into a building.
Already?
It's issue 1, bro. So not much of a spoiler.
Okay, so it's from the book, not the show. Man, I hope the show's like that because that sounds bananas.
The trailer has the same part in it.
Oh, well, now is this an Amazon Video original? Because they do some pretty
good
shows.
It just came out.
It is.
It is.
It is.
I like a lot of Amazon shows, and I feel like not a lot of people talking about them. Like Man in the High Castle, I thought was pretty good. Handmaid's Tales, that was another good one.
That's Hulu.
Oh, that's Hulu.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Hannah.
fuck. Hey, man, I got too many subscriptions.
I know this is like a guy show.
Jane the Virgin. Which one was that one? That's on Amazon too, right?
No, that's CW.
No,
right? Oh, you're trolling me, Rod. You're trolling me.
I was gonna say, like, my favorite Amazon show is not like your typical guy show. It's the Marvelous Miss Maisel. That show is funny as hell.
She's like a reporter.
She's a stand-up comedian in like the Mad Men era when women were not really allowed to be, stand-up comedians. And the guy, they follow Lenny Bruce, the famous New York comedian, who gives our character her first few steps. It's based on a lot of female comedians in that era as they were coming up. And it is freaking hysterical. Like her stand-up routine, it's always evolving and changing, and she is just lights out funny.
You guys,
it took me a while to get into it, like the first few episodes, but like season 2 has Zachary Levi as like romantic interest, and he is freaking hysterical too. Shazam, the guy who plays Shazam.
Heck yeah.
Well, you were talking about speaking of that show you just said, Mad Men. This is where I differ with you guys. I could not finish season 1 of Mad Men.
I respect that.
I couldn't do it, man. It wasn't for me. It was too slow.
This is why I wear a blazer, for the opportunity of a time machine so I could go back to the 1940s and 50s and hit up Madison Avenue.
I couldn't do it, man. And then they're drinking. They're drinking old fashions, but they're drinking shitty old fashions. So I just couldn't do it.
That's the show that made me drink an old fashioned.
But they're wrong. That's not the right old fashioned, man. Let me not get into this with you.
No, I never knew about an old fashioned before.
I see a Jabroni new show. He gives a review. He teaches you how to make cocktails.
Hey, I have it on my Instagram. There is a video on my Instagram. My wife recorded of me making an old fashioned.
Do a few of them, bro. I would legit save those videos and be like, okay, wait, now I gotta follow. What's he doing now? You should
drink your old fashioned with rye whiskey, but you can do it with bourbon too, and it's amazing. Blanton's whiskey, Blanton's bourbon is delicious. It's like liquid candy, and then when you put it with an old fashioned, my God, two of them and I'm done.
Orange peel or no orange peel?
Orange peel, dude. Orange peel, and you gotta kind of squeeze it to get the oils out,
and you can see that little mist come out.
Yep. And you gotta run it around the rim.
Oh, dude.
Oh, there it is.
Like the rim job. What?
Oh man.
Oh jeez.
Late night comic rim jobs with the comic jabroni.
Hey John, I hope the girls are asleep. I'm sorry if they heard that.
You seen Back to the Future?
They're definitely asleep. We're all good. They were only here for the beginning when I was retelling their life-saving stories.
Back to the Future, Perry. You ever seen the movies?
I have seen Back to the Future with McBuff, or what's that guy's name? Oh shit!
Wow.
Oh, Big D.
Wow.
No, that's Comic McD. Fuck.
Nobody in the chat say the answer. Do not say the answer. Nobody explain it to him.
McBuff. No, hold on. Give me, what does that rhyme with?
Baby.
No, nothing.
He's so
Did
cute.
you see Back to the Future?
This baby, he thinks he knows movies. Look how cute he is.
McBuff. There we go. McBuff. Dude, he slept with his mom, or like his mom was hitting on him. It's been a long time since I've
seen this movie, dude.
You've seen it.
I've seen the movie.
Who's the actor?
The guy who fucking the guy with the fucking shoes and the fucking jacket, and he fucking does the skateboard shit. Fuck.
Are you talking about George Carlin? All the F-bombs you're dropping?
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Oh man, my mind won't think right.
What car was it? What
my
car
God.
was it when he went Back to the Future?
Oh
Wow,
man.
the iconic car ever.
I got it.
The iconic car.
I can't
It
breathe.
Yo,
What does it rhyme with?
I was watching.
I don't know why I want to say Denali.
Rhymes
I know.
with McDuff.
It starts with the E. Is it the E?
He said a Denali. What?
Oh man.
I'll tell you right. While he's busy having a brain fart, I'm going to throw a little compliment the CTT way. These guys, I know you are all jumping in the chat, you follow Perry, but like it is legit. The CTT is like one of my favorite shows every week. It is too much freaking fun because these guys, I know they know a few things because they read a few things, but they're also funny as hell. And they know how to make fun of each other in just the right way without burning on each other. And I just say, like, I legit enjoy watching every
research right now.
Thank you, Sandy Bear.
John,
I knew it started
definitely
with a D.
appreciate that. And Perry just Googled the answer.
I didn't. My hands were right here the whole
In
time.
the Google machine.
He was talking.
Man.
What's his name? McDuff?
McBuff, right? Yeah, I see it.
It's not McBuff either.
It's not McBuff. It's someone put it in the chat. Make fun of him too.
He was making fun of you.
Oh man.
I love this show.
And the hoverboard.
I know the hoverboard. And then Nike came out with the sneakers like a couple years ago. You know, they go up to like almost your knees. McFly
right now.
Marty McFly. Marty McFly.
McFly.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Oh man.
That's the crime dog, McGruff.
JB's budget collecting. Perry trying to Google it. Throw it in.
I'm not trying to Google it. Oh,
He did, man.
He was thinking of McGruff, the dog McGruff. That's what it is.
Lady Fantastic took pity on you.
Oh, Marty McFly and Biff Tannen, right?
Cannon, but yeah, you got it.
Yeah,
You're living that dream, brother.
Hey man, I didn't know we were getting ready for the movie review now. Yeah, you know, I'm fucking talking about comic books, and you want to throw back to a movie that came out 30 years before I was born.
Black and white movies.
I seen a black and white. What's that movie? Young Frankenstein. Boom.
Remember the monsters? John?
That's my favorite black and white movie. Young Frankenstein. Put the candle back.
Did you know when they made Young Frankenstein, they used all the original sets from the original Frankenstein?
I did not know that.
The studio still had them, and they let them go back and reshoot. So it is legit. Like they basically were shooting on the exact same places where James Whale made his Frankenstein, the one that's like iconic, right? Mel Brooks got to go in and just basically repurpose everything.
Nice knockers.
Thank you. I work out.
Oh man, no, that's such a great movie. Like, there's so many perfect quotes in that movie.
Absolutely, it's my all-time favorite comedy. Legit.
It is. It's hilarious. Perry, the movie expert. Yes.
Have you guys ever seen any of these like Instagram and Twitter posts where people will go to like where they made movies and actually go to the house or go to like the lots? Because I've seen it for Back to the Future where, you know, the mall where they had the mall at the very beginning where he used the DeLorean for the first time. Like that mall is still there and people will go there and take pictures in the parking lot.
Oh wow.
Where they filmed the movie. I know the first Ninja Turtle movie, that farmhouse that they go to is still there and people go to visit that farmhouse. Like, have you guys ever seen any of that or ever wanted to go?
I got one for you. It fits in with our theme. So I went with my mom on vacation to Mexico, to Puerto Vallarta, and they shot Predator there.
Ooh.
And dude, they legit have a sign with like Schwarzenegger's face on it to let you know, go up in the hill here. And there's a chopper that they blew up that's like sitting there, a derelict chopper, and you can take a picture in it.
Did you say it? Did you say it?
Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
Oh, man.
I was when we first went, I was like 12, but it was like
I had seen it, and I was like, "This is freaking awesome." We were all climbing in it, pretending to be flying.
That's so cool.
But I saw a lot of people on Twitter lately taking pictures around in New York City where
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. There it is, Edwin. You said it.
Wow,
Man.
I haven't seen
Everyone's doing that, man. So
yeah, that firehouse.
Oh, the
firehouse
station
is still there.
Yep.
That would be awesome, man, to get around and go to see those places. I know here in San Antonio, if you ever saw the movie Selena, they filmed one scene at a water park here in San Antonio, Splash Town, and I think they have a sign there that says, Selena. They filmed the movie here with J-Lo. But that's
Don't
about
say
it.
Selena around my wife because she would freak out. That's like her idol. She loves
Selena or J-Lo.
Yeah, and that's the debate. Well, Selena had a big butt. J-Lo's butt was bigger, and
oh my God.
It never ends. It's debate here. And
dude, Casey Vigilante. We went to Astoria a couple summers ago, saw the Goonies house, and toured the jail.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
That's definitely one of my favorite movies.
See, I don't know anywhere to go to see any cool things. I know the Jersey Shore house. That's about it. That's as far as my my on-set location goes.
Yeah, I gotta go, man. I gotta go.
Are you going? You going to bed, Rod?
It's only 11.
It's only 12:13.
John, what time is it in California?
It's only 9:13, brother. 9:13.
Dude, you gotta.
9:13 in Paris. In John's time.
My favorite part of your late night show has been watching Rod say I'm leaving. And then
45 minutes goes by.
4 more hours each time.
I'm not dropping the mic this time. I'm not dropping the mic.
Drop the mic.
Comics Misexplained said that Selena was his cousin and he went to her funeral.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
I don't know.
That was
so you have a connection to someone who's no longer alive. But
I didn't know anything about Selena until that movie came out, man.
Me neither.
I didn't know who that was.
I had to tell my wife that.
I don't think I was born yet.
Explain that is pretty. Wow, that is.
And when I moved here to San Antonio, I figured out real quick. You better know who Selena is because she's like an idol here in Texas.
Wow.
Yeah, they absolutely love her music. I mean, her music.
Oh man.
Thumbs down.
Respect, homie. Respect, man. A lot of people in the chat
shouting out their favorite Mel Brooks movies in the chat. There's a lot of good ones, man.
Oh, who's Mel Brooks? I need a picture. I'm not good with names.
Dude,
hey Siri, who's Mel
the guy
Brooks?
who directed and wrote Young Frankenstein?
Filmmaker, actor, comedian, and composer.
He's actually looking it up, you guys.
He was born in 1926. How the fuck am I supposed to know someone that was born in 1926?
You loved his freaking movie.
Did I really?
Young Frankenstein, Perry. He
made
man. He was nominated for an Oscar.
For writing Young Frankenstein. His phone.
Oh my god.
Oh. Well,
Burke's response is John is old. How is that your response? How is that your answer to what's happening right now?
Oh man, old too. John is old.
Oh, that's right. He was in Spaceballs.
Was he?
He is. Yeah, he's the mayor. He's also in Blazing Saddles. He's the town mayor in that. He's there because he wrote and directed that as well.
Yeah.
Hey John, why are you dropping so much knowledge on these? We're old, man.
Produced and directed by Mel Brooks.
Wow, that came out in 1987. About 6 years. What's
Spaceballs? We should be talking.
How am I supposed to know movies that came out 10 years before I was born?
That doesn't matter.
What is
thing called a Blu-ray player? The YouTube.
You guys see the original Pet Cemetery?
Oh my god!
This is why me and John need to do a movie show so people can show me what movies I need to be watching, because apparently I don't know what I need to be watching.
Hey Perry, have you seen Star Wars?
Good job.
I've seen the.
It's a real question. Star Wars, the first
4,
one.
5, and 6. I am your father, Luke. Yoda.
So that came out 10
watch
years
Marvel.
before you were born.
Star Wars.
Okay,
that's exactly my question, Edwin. Thank you for backing me up. And by the way, that came out the year I was born.
All right, so my dad made me watch Star Wars with him.
What, 1977?
77. That's
77.
See, Edwin knows a thing or two, man. You can tell it.
little bit. 77.
Respect.
But still, man, like you watch those movies came out years before you were born.
Raiders of the Lost Ark. You seen Indiana Jones, right?
Oh, Harrison Ford.
With the little chinito.
It's always like this.
What's his name?
Harrison Ford.
Round.
But like
Harry, back to his head.
So Spaceballs was kind of like the first parody of a major movie. You know, it was a parody of Star Wars, but it got its own. Cult. It has its own cult following, man. I mean, it is an amazing movie. It's hilarious. The Schwartz.
You see, my parody movie started with Scary Movie. That's where I started watching parodies.
Right, there you go, Rick Moranis. I forget he was Black Helmet.
Yep.
Barry doesn't know what VHS is.
What about the
VHS?
Be kind, rewind. I know all about it.
Pizza the Hut was my favorite part of the Spaceballs movie.
No,
77. John's a youngster.
My shorts.
Oh.
What is my shorts?
All right, brother. Look, this is the VHS, man. Look, I'm gonna open this box. I don't know.
You just have them on deck now.
Check it out, dude. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first one. On
rewind it, man.
It's not, dude. It's not rewind. Look at that, man. Holy crap! I'd get charged at Blockbuster for that.
JP says Perry. He says Perry. I love Young Frankenstein. 2 minutes later, who's Mel Brooks?
Hey, did we lose John's comment?
Yeah, he'll come right back. His computer keeps overheating. Perry, Google best movies of all time and just start watching.
I gotta go, man.
Oh man, where you going?
Yeah,
you not keep my ass until 1 o'clock in the morning, man.
Of course not. 2 o'clock.
It's already 1:20, man.
Oh man, History of World by Mel Brooks is also funny.
People think it's gonna
History of the World Part 1. Yeah, it's a very funny movie, dude. That's a freaking hysterical movie.
Ludicrous Speed. Let's see. What's another guy? I like. What's that guy's name? He was in that movie. He's in a lot of movies. He's owned. I was named after Luke Perry.
Dude, I will say that was. I have not laughed that hard in somebody's video and said I saw that he was named for Luke Perry. That is freaking hysterical and badass. He's awesome. He's
great movies and great content, man.
You gotta watch Perry's new video. He is Perry Luke for Luke Perry.
No,
that is freaking awesome. And I'm freaking old again. Because I was watching that and I was in high school. So that means I'm like your parents.
So was my mom, yeah.
Ridiculous.
No, my mom's a little bit older than you, John.
Wait a second. Where was your mom from?
Oh, okay. Here we go.
She's an immigrant, John.
She's an immigrant.
I am an equal opportunity offender.
Oh man, that's funny. God. What was that guy's name? He owned a bunch of castles. Nicolas Cage. I was just watching. I like Nicolas Cage.
That's how you remember Nicolas Cage. The guy
he's a big comic book fan. Nicolas Cage. Man.
He is.
Yeah, he did what? Kick-Ass, right?
I think even Method Man.
No, was he in Kick-Ass? I don't remember him in Kick-Ass. Oh yeah, he was the.
Yeah, he's the dad.
Yeah.
You know that story, Nicolas Cage, right? He's a comic book fan, like Rod said, and he had Action Comics #1 get stolen from him.
Wow.
He got it stolen from him, and he actually got it back. They found it because of the numbers that are at the top of the CGC slabs. They found it on
why
the
did the guy
unslab
it? You unslab that son of a
Yeah, dude, whoever it was, they were trying to resell it, and that's how they got it back, man. And it's a pretty high grade. I mean, the dude's got millions of dollars. He can pay for Action Comics 1.
What a greedy thief, though, because he's like, I'm going to keep this slab just so I could get the same value for it. Like, just take it out and just bring it to some dealer and sell it unslabbed. I'm not condoning that you steal comics, but if you were going to do it the right way.
Well, let me tell you right now, I'm Nicolas Cage, man. You steal my book, I'm going to get it right back because it's laid right top of the book. I'm Nicolas Cage.
Late Night with Perry.
I love this show, man.
That's my impersonation of Nicolas Cage.
Oh man, he does some good movies, man. He did Ghost Rider too.
Man. Hey, they mentioned Face Off is a freaking awesome movie.
Yeah.
Wow. And then Con Air, a nice call out with Con Air.
Well, no, that was Air Boy the Barbarian, Con Air.
Yeah.
It's either that one or Face Off for me. Those two were great.
Face Off. John Woo is a badass filmmaker, especially his like early like Hong Kong action movies where like the guy's got the two pistols sideways and they're slow motion blasting each other.
Yep.
Freaking awesome.
JP said Perry either knows nothing about pop culture and is trying really hard to fake it, or he has the worst memory I've ever seen. Hey man, I'm just trying to be as open as honest as I can be.
It could be both. It could be both.
John said John Woo. Yo, wow. You talk about some fight action. Yo, great.
He knows how to do it. Yeah.
Gone in 60 Seconds, dude. I love that with the Shelby, with like the GT Mustang. Oh man, that's such a good movie.
It's a remake. Did you know that?
I did not know that was a remake, John.
You just killed him. You just killed him.
Oh, it just shut me down.
Sorry. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
Bad Lieutenant. There we go. Bad Lieutenant. Dude, I know Nicolas Cage movies. Bad Lieutenant. That was a great movie.
Isn't it funny that he knows everything about all of these Nicolas Cage movies? But like we're asking him basic knowledge questions. And it's like crash and burn.
The tie on Perry's neck is too tight. Oh man.
Hey, Borinquen Comics, you need to calm down. Face Off is not better than John Wick.
Ooh, I've never seen Face Off or John Wick.
That is a hard call to make.
No, not hard at all, man. John Wick is amazing.
Deep cut.
John Wick.
Face Off is good, but it ain't John Wick good.
John Wick is
He doesn't know what John Wick is, guys.
Okay, Keanu Reeves movie with the gun. I've seen the posters. Yeah, no, I have not seen it yet. No.
That's fine. Actually, I respect that because you got a young kid. It's hard to get out and see rated R movies. I respect that. I understand that problem.
Still need mom's permission.
Perry does not sleep.
Oh man. You're right, John. I'm going to use the excuse of I have kids, so I can't watch movies.
I legit use that excuse often.
I use that excuse for everything in my life. I have kids. I can't do it.
Nah, man. If you like action movies, like John Wick is one of those movies you just have to see. All three of them, honestly, because I just saw the third one not too long ago, and it was great.
Because I've seen the first two. I like those.
Dude, the third one was good, too.
Action movies. Anyone seen Equilibrium? I know, John, have you seen that?
Yes.
I saw it a long time ago. I only saw it the one time, so I definitely need to re-see it.
It's such a cool movie, man.
Like a 2002 or 2000 something movie around that range, I believe.
I thought it came out a little later. Maybe it is 2002.
Yo, but that last fighting scene, Perry.
With the guns? Yeah, that was awesome, dude. That was the coolest thing I've ever seen. It was just a good all-around.
Matrix, you can compare that to Equilibrium.
Spoiler alert. Yeah, go on Netflix and watch Equilibrium. It's a great movie.
Yeah, the movie is dope, yo.
John Wick is an orchestra of violence. Absolutely fantastic.
And they don't like the fight scenes in there aren't just like gun fight scenes. Like there's knives, just fist fighting. I mean, it is every type of like fight scene you could get into, man. It is awesome.
Heck yeah, dude.
I didn't know this. Airboy says that Steve McQueen was a classic, but that he was supposed to be John Rambo, but he died before he could have a chance to make that movie. I did not know that. That is fascinating.
Final Blood, that's also a good movie. That's an 80s movie, right?
First Blood.
Yeah.
First Blood. You keep saying Final Blood. Hey, man, I'm trying. I'm trying here.
As good as Steve McQueen is,
from the 80s.
I can't see a Rambo that is not Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, yeah.
I can't either. It's true.
Speaking of Sylvester Stallone, Rod does the greatest impression.
Oh, here we go.
I took off the hat because
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Let me tell you something, man. You can knock me down as many times as you want, but I don't ramble, man. But if I have Adrienne by my side, that's all I need because she's gonna help me, man. I got the restaurant going, and all I need is Adrienne.
Oh, Rod, I love
It's
you,
that
man.
Philly.
That's awesome.
That's that Philly in you, man.
That's the Philly coming out of you.
yo, I'm out, man. I gotta go, man.
Where you going?
I'm going to bed with my wife, man.
Why, man? You got to wake up early or something, cut the grass? Stay up with us, man.
It's already 12 o'clock, homie.
Oh, it's Friday. Who cares? Saturday. You ain't got nothing to do.
Ooh, we got plans to do, man.
Do I know who Bruce Lee is? Yes, I know who Bruce Lee is. Didn't they
Lee. How about Brandon Lee? You know about Brandon Lee?
Brandon Lee, they shot him too, right?
What about Bruce? You know Bruce Leroy? The
No.
Last Dragon? You don't know Bruce Leroy?
Who's that?
Huh? And
I'm
the
not
Showman
sure.
of Harlem?
I don't know. I don't know what you're saying right
You gotta
now.
watch The Last Dragon.
Oh man,
That
I've seen
movie-
Rush Hour. I don't know how I just made a connection to that, but I like Rush Hour. That's a good movie. Whatever happened to like action, funny movies like that? Because I remember there was like Rush Hour and then Showtime. That was another movie like that. Like there used to be like these like funny action cop movies. I feel like I don't see those anymore, and I really miss that.
There's
There's a bunch of them out there. I bet that you haven't
there?
seen.
I
They're
haven't-
just
yeah.
older.
There's older movies.
If you say anything older, John, I mean not John, but Perry's like "Ugh, older. I need something like
Yeah, when I'm like,
2000
it's from the 80s,
you know?
and he's like, oh, fuck that.
that's the thing, man.
Oblivion Bar's on your side, man.
Heck yeah,
He was born in
94.
94.
That's what I'm talking about. He knows all about the Saturday morning cartoons.
Go
in the
go
early
watch
90s.
Trading Places with Eddie Murphy. Trading Places
When was
with
I?
Eddie
90,
Murphy and
94. I was starting junior. I was at my junior year, my sophomore year. Jesus Christ.
Of
Wow.
college?
watch
Of high
that
school. High school.
movie.
Come on now, Edwin. Come on.
Watch that movie.
Who's older, Rod or
Philadelphia, the
John?
movie from Philadelphia. Eddie Murphy, walking around, not walking around, but in a little slip
I
thing as
love
a
Eddie
homeless
Murphy.
guy.
Have you seen Beverly Hills Cop?
No,
Oh my God, there's four
I'm out.
of them.
I'm
Three
leaving.
of them.
I'm walking.
I seen Coming to America like 30 times.
There you
Hello,
go, okay.
everybody. Fuck
It's
you.
a great movie,
Yes.
but everybody
Fuck
in the
you
chat.
too.
I want legitimate answers. Everybody in the chat, name your favorite Eddie Murphy movie.
Okay.
It is hands down Beverly Hills Cop for me. Just hands down.
Eddie
Really?
Murphy,
To me,
man.
Coming to America. I love Coming to America.
Absolutely Beverly Hills Cop.
Coming to America is one of my all-time.
I love
movies.
Coming to America. It's a great movie.
Heck yeah.
Beverly Hills Cop's better.
I think Trading Places, man. Or 48 Hours. I like 48 Hours.
I have an unpopular movie. Pluto Nash.
Ooh,
That
shit.
was my jam.
Trash.
I don't know why. A lot of people didn't like Pluto Nash. I loved
I
it.
don't like it.
What? What the hell is wrong with you?
John, I'm gonna make you watch it for the movie club.
I've seen it. I've seen it. What is wrong with you?
Oh,
I will do a
Lord.
mic drop, but I won't do it tonight. But- hey, man.
My head hurts.
Yeah, how about there you go, Casey Vigilante, Delirious or Raw? Have you
Delirious
seen
and
it?
Raw. Yeah, I
Wow,
wouldn't
yes.
count. I wouldn't count those as a
Shrek.
movie, but they are top tier stand up performances ever. Yeah.
Watch Eddie Murphy Raw, Perry. I did, and I fucking love Eddie Murphy Raw. It is awesome.
You broke the
Absolutely.
doors for a bunch of people, man.
Heck yeah. And Shrek. Shrek was also a very good movie, Chris.
I love JP Budget Collecting. I love Eddie Murphy. What's Beverly Hills Cop? Oh my god. This time.
I'm out.
No, you're not, Rod.
Rod
Right now,
said-
watch this.
Not until you say it 4 times, like Beetlejuice. Oh no, that's 3 times. Beetlejuice is another movie. Rod, have you seen Beetlejuice?
I hate that movie. I watched that
Beetlejuice,
movie
Beetlejuice.
at school, and I hate it so much that I was saying good night. And with that being said, yo,
Beetlejuice.
bye, man.
We'll see you
Have a good one,
tomorrow.
Rod. Sleep tight.
Oh my god. This
Yes,
show.
Beetlejuice. I like Beetlejuice. That's a good one. That's an 80s movie, right?
Beetlejuice, yeah, it
Early
was late. I got it somewhere floating around. Oh, it's right here. Hold on.
I'll tell you right now, I am not a fan of Beetlejuice. I'm probably one of the only people I'm not. I've seen the movie like twice. I hate it.
No
Take
one
your
is
bets.
no,
Take
no
your
one is gonna
bets.
watch my comic book picks anymore because JP said I will never trust Perry's taste in anything again. Pluto Nash, come on, man.
Tank says it's a 1980s film. He is wrong. It is an 80s film.
What year?
Anybody?
88?
1988. Edwin with the
Ooh,
win.
damn,
Dropping a
jabroni.
hammer.
88.
Killing it.
Uh-huh.
There's actually a Dead Man cover, and it's a homage. It's a movie homage poster to Beetlejuice. Super cool.
John, I was telling Perry, I hate Beetlejuice. I do not like that movie, man.
I like.
I don't hate it. I like it, but
It's
I
not-
don't love it.
I don't
It's not
know.
like I'm not crazy about it or anything. But I will say that that director Tim Burton is like that. Like some people love his stuff and some people outright hate his stuff. So
I-
like
yeah, I'm
Edward
not a Tim Burton
Scissorhands-
fan. There you go.
Yeah,
I don't like
his
Scissorhands.
stuff is very like Nightmare Before Christmas. And,
I don't like it.
Yeah, so I think his stuff tends to be very divisive.
But he did the first Batman, and I like the first Batman.
Yes. Yeah. Did you like the second one too? Or?
Yeah, I like Batman Returns. I like that, but I don't like. Yeah, Edward Scissorhands. He did. Nightmare Before Christmas. I didn't like.
He produced and kind of co-wrote that one, but he didn't direct that one. But yeah, like the new Alice in Wonderland, the new Chocolate Factory. A lot, what is it? He did Dumbo recently. I don't know if you're seeing these movies with your kids or anything, so that's why I'm throwing them out there.
Not the Dumbo, but I have seen the Alice in Wonderland, and
that's how I feel about Mario.
Mars Attacks. That's another one of his.
Oh, I like that one.
Right,
that one makes me laugh.
Let me open up another can of worms. Have you guys ever seen this movie, Gatorade?
Oh, come on, that's a classic.
Waterboy. That is I love that movie, man. That's
funny.
Adam Sandler has been killing it with movies. I know he's been releasing a lot of Netflix movies.
And she showed me her boobies, and I like them too.
I think I was in 8th grade, man, when that movie came out, and like that was the thing for the next week. After the movie came out, like that was the thing to go watch. Like everybody was talking about it at school.
Yeah. I love the bit when they're showing the highlights on Sports Center of all the other teams trying out like water boys,
like getting plummeted,
they're just getting laid out.
They're all getting knocked the hell out, man.
Or when the coach is walking out after the dinner and pulls his pants down and shows him the butt cheek with a tattoo. Well, Mama don't know.
So while I was in Kentucky, I was there with a buddy of mine from Louisiana, right? He's from Baton Rouge, and I asked him, "Do people talk like that one coach that you couldn't understand?" And he said, "Yeah, there are places in Louisiana. Yeah, there are people in Louisiana that actually speak like that to each other, and they understand it."
Yeah, that Creole.
Yeah, man, it is exactly what it is. It's like a Creole. They understand each other, but that is a true thing in down in the bayou.
Down in the bayou.
Airboy, don't feel old, brother. I'm right there with you, clearly. Chris Barrett.
Hey, you feel old, I feel young.
There you go. Hey, then that's at least somebody's feeling good about this. Chris Barrett says, how do you guys feel about Princess Bride? I think it's an amazing movie. I absolutely love that movie.
Is that the one? That's a newer one. Is that the Disney movie?
A newer one. No, it's not new. It's an 80s movie.
Princess. Oh, that's Princess Diaries.
Oh
my bad. That's a Disney Channel movie.
I legit have Princess Bride right here too, like within arm's reach.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
It's really funny. Really funny.
I know it because it has Andre the Giant in it. I remember that.
Has what?
Perry off the mic
It has Andre the Giant.
Yes, Andre the Giant has a great part. And they were really worried when he made the movie that nobody would be able to understand his accent.
Right.
And it turned out that was an easier problem, and that the harder problem was he actually was not physically strong enough anymore to actually like hold the princess when he has to catch her. Like they had to put her up on
like the ropes or something.
Yeah. There's a great documentary about him that I watched on HBO. It was like
HBO,
really cool. Did you watch it too?
Oh yeah. Dude, I'm a huge wrestling fan, man.
Oh man, JP said Perry should not feel good right now. Dude, I feel great. I am getting an education on movies that our generation of people are lacking, and I feel ahead of the curve already.
I think we're gonna have to rename our show "The Education of Perry."
Ooh, a nice pop.
Oh man, it's funny.
That's a good show right there, John. The re-education of Perry Comics. We're going to teach them a thing or two because
you guys know a thing or two.
We lived a year or two.
You guys lived a decade or two.
It's not the years, it's the mileage.
Holy Grail. Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. Tank said Mighty Python and the Holy Grail. One of the Monty Python. That is a funny fucking movie. Oh my God.
There you go. That's old.
Wow.
That's not new.
That's old. I could rewatch that over and over again. What a great
over
movie.
there too. I could probably grab that one. Hey, Monty Python. So for the last few Father's Days, my dad loves old movies, like I said, and we've been taking him to go see movies where they have like special screenings in LA, and they'll have someone who worked on the movie come out, right? So we saw Blazing Saddles, and Mel Brooks came out after and did like a whole stand-up routine. He was hysterical. He remembers everything. He was like just taking over the stage, and you're in an audience full of people that like love the movie. Well, this year we did John Cleese and Monty Python and the Holy Grail. It was amazing, and it was
just a scratch.
Hysterically funny. John Cleese is like spot on a riot, and he can remember everything. He told this horribly offensive joke about the Monty Python guys going to Germany for a presentation, and the tour guide forced them to go to Dachau, the prison. He brought the Monty Python guys to Dachau, and of course, they were horribly inappropriate there. The things that they were doing.
Oh my god!
Oh no!
It was just like, oh my god! Like you just can't make this stuff up.
That is definitely not the place you want to do anything like that at.
No.
You feel the ghost
yet
when
they
you go there.
brought the guys there, and it was like, what do you think's going to happen?
Oh
Nothing
my
appropriate, right?
I have not seen Animal House, and I did watch Grease when I was younger, but I didn't really care for the singing too much.
What about Porky's?
I didn't watch Porky's. I know of it, but I haven't seen it.
That's a good one too, man.
I fart in your general direction. Airboy is on fire tonight.
Heck yeah, I'll cut your legs off. It's just a flesh wound.
Young Frankenstein's my favorite, but I would say right underneath it or right near it is Airplane. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie. Freaking love Airplane.
Nope.
Oh my god, so freaking funny.
Yeah, that's a good
I
one.
love when they're having like all the turbulence and it's like everybody's and then they go by the lady with like just in her bra and she's like just her boobs flying all over the place. It's too funny.
What do you, John? You said you're drinking what? Vodka? No,
You go get a drink. I'm sweating my balls off.
I call it a white trash margarita. It's just lemonade and tequila.
Oh man, that doesn't even sound good, dude.
It's delish, man.
Oh my goodness.
Low key, easy, and freaking good on a hot night. You know, just
dude. So cool. I saw you the other night on what's his name? Doing a live stream. The other guy, he was drinking scotch.
I don't know who I
it was last night. I think you were on. He's a Green Lantern fan. I can't.
Oh yeah. Matt, Thanatos. Yeah.
Thanatos. There you go, Thanatos, man. And he was drinking. I got to get on that guy's show, man. We got to talk bourbon with him.
He's great, dude. He's an awesome guy. Yeah, legit hysterical and knows his DC for sure.
Dude, I know he knows his Green Lantern.
Knows his whiskeys. And then I want to say he was he Air Force? What was he?
Yeah, I think he's the Air Force reservist.
Yeah, because he works for the government now. Like he does computer stuff. His work schedule. His work schedule is kind of crazy. So it's hard to like schedule shows with him.
Yeah,
because like he'll be on nights for like a month, and then he'll be on days and whatever.
Ugh,
Lots of airplane jokes happening in there. I love it. And then I see every sperm is sacred. Nailed it. Good Monty Python humor.
What is Oblivion Bar? Who is this guy? That sounds right up our alley.
We're talking about Matt Thanatos. If you search Thanatos Comics, and I'll type it in the chat so that you guys can see how to spell Thanatos.
Man, I can't open my
Thanatos. Search Thanatos Comics. You'll find him. He's a DC guy. Loves his Green Lantern. Hal Jordan is his jam.
Yep.
He's got almost like 850 subscribers, I think. Pretty big channel. He took a big break here the last few months. That's why you probably missed him. He just decided he's ready to come back and do stuff again. He's in a new place. He just moved. But really, really awesome, cool guy.
And he likes drinking scotch. I noticed that from your stream. He's a scotch guy.
Yeah.
I'm a bourbon guy. He's a scotch guy.
Yeah. He's got a Green Lantern tumbler and like decanter. And he keeps them right near him, and then he just loads up all through the shows.
There you go, man.
Tank, I am getting sugar buzzed with soda. That is my vice. I can feel it pumping through my blood.
He's got to be ready for his like video game streams later on when he's playing all those like little Japanese kids across the internet.
Hey man, and they're kicking my ass every moment of it.
Of course they do. That's all they got.
They're telling you your mom sucks and stuff too. Your mom. Every time I play Fortnite, there's always a 13-year-old telling me my mom sucks or something. Or you live in your mom's basement. That's all these little kids, man. Holy shit. I need to stop playing Fortnite.
Did you ever see the 40-Year-Old Virgin?
Yes, I did see that one.
I love when he's like, dude, you got more video games than a teenage Asian kid. That's how I imagine Perry's house.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Oh, man. I love having a kid because he goes out and gets new toys. I'm like, hey, get that Marvel Legends over there.
You like that PS4? Was that PS4? Right?
Yeah. That's how, when my kids, we got a Nintendo Switch in the main room for the kids, and they always ask for new games. And I want to say yes, let's get it. But my wife, no. I know who's going to play these games, and it's not the kids. They know it. She knows how it goes, man.
I love Tank collects my liquor and my women. If it's brown, I'm down.
Oh, that's funny.
That's freaking awesome.
No, I got a Gamecast.
I got a Gamecast.
Malibu's Most Wanted. What is that? I got GameCube or I got something like that. I got a Game Station. He's like, it's either PlayStation or GameCube. He's like, man, I'm poor. I got Game Station.
I remember that movie. That's a funny
That's
movie.
a good one.
Man.
Malibute.
Plenty of people in the community blaze. No one really throws it out there though.
Except Babe,
Blaze
he's
what?
got it in
Oh,
the name.
marijuana?
He's right there.
Are we talking about marijuana? Oh my God. No, I do not partake. It is illegal in my state.
Yeah,
I
mine
am not
too.
like John.
Yeah, we don't live in California like Johnny.
We don't walk around in sandals all the time.
Yeah,
know?
but I'm a teacher. I try to stay on the legal stimulants. The alcohol is good enough for me.
Heck yeah. I got sugar high.
Texas is going to be like the last state to legalize weed if it ever happens here, man.
Bro. Hey man, Florida, I don't think Florida's ever gonna get it. Maybe one day.
Airboy says, I have Pong. There's no way these guys know what that game is.
I know what
There's just
Pong
no-
is. With the
Pong, man. I'm a huge retro video game guy.
Now you're talking. John lives in
That's
a
it.
drought area, says Tank. Oh, jeez. I know what Tank's talking about. It's legal here, but I don't smoke it, says HAQ.
Oh, Beg said
It's
it's legal
legal
in
in
Florida.
Florida.
Got to get your card. You know, I was driving down the highway and there was a billboard that says Dr. Green Thumb, get your card today. And I was wondering, is I talking about weed or gardening?
Oh, my God.
You need an ID to garden in Florida?
Holy shit, man. So, hey, this show that you guys are doing with the AOK, I dig it, man. I love this concept. Sending out a book that people haven't read before, getting together with them on this YouTube community and talking about it. What's the next one you guys got coming up?
It's Perry's pick. He's got to pick something. He's got a whole bunch of trades he's kind of looking over. So I know that he's got a lot of options. I sent the first book, so it's his turn to send. If it's something I've already read and I'm in, then we'd find a person who hasn't read it. If it's something that I haven't read, then we try to find somebody that's also read it like Perry and really loves it and wants to join in.
Heck yeah. So for those of you people in the chat who don't know about it, me and John have a show. I think it's on Thursdays or Tuesdays or whenever we could really do it, where we gift someone or one of us a book that we haven't read, like a trade paperback, and then we talk about it pretty much. And he gifted me Immortal Hulk. So him and Chad, 90MF Comics, we got on the live stream and we talked about Immortal Hulk, and it was worse than going to the dentist, but I stuck through it. And so, I'm actually pondering, because you read Gideon Falls, right?
I did.
Because I just picked up Gideon Falls, and I kind of want to read it, and maybe it'll
Just
be cool
issue, but I mean just issue one.
Just
I haven't
issue
read-
one?
just the one, yeah.
All right, so then, yeah, I made the thing about maybe Gideon Falls to throw your way. Batman Who Last trade hasn't come out, so when the trade does come out, you'll be getting that in the mail. But I'm thinking of doing Grumbles, because it's a book that nobody talked about at all, and it's coming out of Albatross, just like The Goon. Funny book. So yeah, I'd be interested to see what your educational, intellectual mind has to say about this book. Yeah.
Intellectual mind, that's a first.
Oh, you're the teacher, bro. You're intellectual.
Yeah, you're the teacher, man. I couldn't do half of what you do.
Man. Airboy says, in California, weed is legal, but homemade mufflers are illegal.
Weird.
Too much smog, so have a blunt.
That's funny.
We have in Texas, we have billboards all around that say keep California the way it is, but don't mess with Texas. There's just a bunch. Like, California's weird. We don't want to be like them. I can't believe there's billboards up that just talk shit about other states like that. It's insane. It's so weird,
our
man.
states are beefing with each other.
Yeah, dude, it's freaking weird.
Well, Texas likes to still act like they're their own country still. So.
Yes, you're absolutely
pretty
right.
much.
Absolutely.
Nothing is better than Texas. I swear.
The Lone Star State.
The
They
Lone
they
Star.
want to be that one. They don't need the other 49. It's just the
And
one.
all I ever hear from like my friends that are like really red, like conservative, if we wanted to, we could leave the union and be our own country again. Like, get the hell out of here, guys. You're insane. You ain't leaving no damn union.
Yo, man, everything's bigger in Texas. That's why you got the big guns over there, Jabroni.
I want to know how long the Texas Republic lasted. It lasted all of like a year, dude. We went bankrupt and said, fuck it. We'll go to the U.S.
Well, even Mexico could fight and take them over.
Yeah, dude. So I laugh, man. I laugh when I see billboards like that. I'm getting liquored up, guys. So if I start talking a lot of shit, let me know.
Oh, no, please do.
If you wanted to do, if you don't want to do Grumble and you want to do Oblivion Song, which I know you just got, and I've read a bunch of, and you want to gift Edwin instead, he could read up on Oblivion Song and join us too. That's another option.
That'd be awesome. Look, Oblivion Song. I think they optioned it for what, a show or a movie?
Something, yeah.
Like, I think it's gonna be fucking awesome. If it's anything like the book is fucking cool. Like, if you actually sit down and really like pay attention to what the story is and what's going on, it's like this guy. So if those of you who don't know about Oblivion Song, it's like this guy is trying to go into another dimension. We don't really know what it is yet. He's going into a place where there's like monsters and shit, but there's humans there, Americans. And so one of those Americans is his brother. So he feels obligated to go and try to hunt these people down to try to bring them back to our world. And it's really cool.
Well, Tank says, do Grumble. The song ain't worth it.
I love the song, man. Oblivion Song's awesome. But yeah, no, Grumble's a great read too. That and the Goon. Oh man, how cool would it be to like turn someone to the Goon?
Yeah,
like,
Goon is very
never
good.
read the Goon and have them blow their mind away with the Goon. That'd be awesome.
Well, this first issue they just did a couple of months back was my first time ever reading Goon.
Me too. Yeah. And they knocked it out the park. And what was the
I
last
enjoyed
one with
it,
the
but
mummy?
I didn't enjoy it enough to put it on my pull list. I was kind of like, yeah, that's good.
I liked it. I thought it was. I don't laugh out loud enough when I read a comic, and the Goon is one of those books that pulls out a good laugh.
A lot of people in the chat shouting out the same. Goon is great.
Goon is good, man.
When he pissed in the vampire coffin.
I liked it. The first issue I wasn't totally into, but then when I picked up the second, I read it. I did laugh. I laughed out loud reading it. I was like, "Holy crap, this is good." It's good. Sometimes you don't need a book where you have to think so much, and I know you guys talked about it with Immortal Hulk.
Yeah.
Where sometimes you got to read that book maybe 2 or 3 times to totally get all the themes they're getting to. I want a book. I want to read it. I want to laugh, enjoy what I'm reading, and then let's go on to the next one. If you haven't read $6 Million Man, they just came out with a new series on $6 Million Man. It's the same way. You read it, you laugh, it's funny, it doesn't take itself too seriously, the artwork's good, and you just have a good time reading it, man. And you go on to the next book. I dig that. I like that.
Heck yeah. I wanted to see that because I heard it was good. $6 Million Man. Wasn't that like a TV show?
It used to be back in the 70s or 60s.
Look at him go. He's got something.
I got something. Hey. I know a thing or two.
Take says, I want to go on. I hop on with you guys. One of these chug and chat shows. And he's like, that's trademarked, by the way.
I feel like I'm the only one chugging and chatting, man.
Oh, no, we got.
I'm here with you.
There we go. There we go.
I'm waiting for the first one to cough
up. I can reload
blue.
whenever I want. I can do
there it is.
He said I can reload.
What's that tequila? What do you got there? What tequila is that?
This was Hornitos.
Oh, Hornitos.
Gorditos.
Gorditas. That's what we got here in San Antonio.
Not Taco Bell.
Gorditas.
That's it. Scooby-Doo, Where Are You is like that. I laugh every issue. Dude, didn't they just cancel Scooby-Doo team-ups? Which I heard a lot of people were upset about. Which I feel like no one in our community is actually reading that book.
Which one?
Scooby-Doo Team-Up.
The one from DC?
Yeah.
My buddy Alan that I used to work with, he was reading Scooby-Doo. And he's more into darker comic books, and he likes Marvel. And he read Scooby-Doo, and he said he liked it, man. It was a darker take on the Scooby-Doo life. And I don't even know if Scooby-Doo was really a dog, like how we knew it in the cartoons. And they even killed off one of the characters, man. What was the main?
Yeah, I heard Velma got raped.
Not Velma.
Crazy,
what was the
dude
name? The blonde hair that was he wore like a white shirt. I don't know. They killed him off and
Fred.
made him Fred, yeah, they killed him off and made him a zombie.
Yeah, I seen there was a cover, like a zombie cover for Scooby-Doo.
Yep. There you
Perry
go.
Knows a thing or two.
Yeah, they killed Fred.
Perry knows a thing or two. He means literally one or two things. Total movies and TV. Hey, we talked about
McBuff.
movies. What do you? Hey, man, trademark McBuff. I'm gonna come out with a McBuff T-shirt.
I would buy one. I would definitely buy one.
Instead of a DeLorean, it's just like a Buick.
It's what did I call it? A
car.
Denali.
It's a car.
I call it a Denali.
A Denali, yeah. You just put a Denali in there.
Oh man, what are some awesome TV shows that you guys have watched? Because I need some help with my TV game. What's that? Locke and Ford and Gerald.
Gerard, Shepard. This is the cast of Lost, brother. These are the last
damn!
characters
Wow.
from Lost.
Okay, well, Lost doesn't count because you're making me reread every fucking
You got
episode.
Locke, you got Hugo, you got Sawyer, you got Saeed, you got Jack, and you've got Sun and Jin.
Oh damn!
It's all happening.
Favorite Lost
and then
character?
there's Perry, who he's not having that one.
Never,
I like Lost.
never seen the show.
Oh man, you're missing
How do you
out.
make fun? You're like Perry in his 5-minute book review. I took a look at it for 5 pages. I'm good.
Oh man, Bake the Snake said Power, dude. Power is an awesome show, man. I love Power.
I think we've talked about it before, but the Wire. Have you ever seen the Wire?
Hell
not.
yes.
HBO?
I have
Phenomenal.
Not seen The Wire.
Absolutely unbelievable.
That's probably top 3 for me. It's in the top
totally.
3 shows
Definitely.
of all time.
Oh wow,
Yes,
Fact.
It is.
that's an
an
HBO
absolute
show,
fact.
right? That's HBO.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's HBO.
But it's on Amazon Prime. It's one of the older HBO shows, and Amazon tends to have some of those run for free on their channel,
it does.
on their whatever. So if you have Prime, you can watch and it's only 5 seasons. 3 and 4 are insane how good they are. But it's all good. But
the first one is so good that it takes you in and you watch the rest of it. I remember my wife and I, we were stationed in Germany and we watched it all 5 seasons, probably in 2 weeks, maybe. Like
nice. It's a good binge
through it
show.
all.
You could totally binge it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
That's
that
awesome.
damn good.
You make me want to watch it now. We got Tank
What's
said
my-
you got to watch The Sopranos. That's
a
one of
good one.
my favorite shows of all
That's a
time.
good one.
Because I grew up in New Jersey, so like I'm watching the show and it's like, forget about it, you know?
Is it
I just wanna
Jersey or
smack
Jersey?
somebody. From
Jersey?
Jersey. We're from Jersey.
Hey,
Jersey.
I'm from Jersey, huh?
Jersey, you know? We know a thing or two, you know?
Yeah, The Wire, that's definitely my top 3. I don't know what my number 1 show would be, man. That's a tough question. I know for you guys, it's that crap show right
Oh,
there.
Done.
No, that's
I'm
not
done.
my number 1. I love Lost.
That's definitely my number 1.
I didn't know
But
what my
number
one
2
would
is number 2 is a little harder. I think The Wire might take that spot. When I was a kid, I loved like Magnum PI was a freaking awesome show, and Quantum Leap. Those were shows that I loved. when I
Ooh,
was a kid.
Quantum Leap. Damn. That's a good one.
Loved some Quantum Leap. Those are the same guy, like writer producer, did both of those shows.
HAQ said he lived in Newark for about a year. He didn't like it. Dude, that's like the worst part of New Jersey.
Yeah, I've heard.
What the fuck, dude? You got to walk
I thought
around
all
with a
of
gun.
New Jersey is the worst part of New Jersey.
Oh, man. All right, my favorite show all time has to be The Office. That's the only show that I could rewatch every single episode at any part of the day, at any time of the year, and enjoy it and laugh.
I guess mine's Parks and Recs. Parks and Rec. Have you ever seen that?
Oh, yeah, dude.
I love Parks and Rec, and it's on Netflix. And we'll watch the whole show, the whole series, and we'll start from the beginning and watch it again.
Parks and Rec is absolutely comfort food, legit.
Parks and Rec or Brooklyn Nine-Nine. We love watching that too.
I need to catch back up. I only watched the first half of the first season of 9-9, and I just got out of the loop on it. It was good though.
Yeah, 9-9. I laugh. And there's actually in the last Detective Comics Batman that came out 2 weeks ago. There's a nod to Brooklyn Nine-Nine in there.
Oh, wow.
Solid.
That's pretty cool. Paw Patrol on Netflix.
You guys ever watch Scrubs? I always thought Scrubs was freaking hysterical.
Never
I've
got
seen
into
a
it.
couple. I never like watched the show like how do you say chronologically. I would just catch
Sure.
episodes here and there.
Yeah, you don't need to.
Yeah, but yeah, no. The
That's
Office.
the good thing about these shows, like The Office or Parks and Rec. You don't have to watch it chronologically. You can just catch whatever episode you want.
I gotta say, the season finale for The Office was the greatest. When they're in the back and you just see Steve Carell come out after you haven't seen him for like 2 seasons, and you just see him and he's like, "That's what she said." You know, I'm like, yes, they gave it to me. They gave it to me. Thank you.
Someone's shouting
Seinfeld
out
was good
Ooh,
too.
House.
Seinfeld. I like Seinfeld. I've been rewatching that.
Yep.
Because I never
And
got
House,
to watch it.
House was a good show. I agree. Tank.
was a
House
good-
was,
yeah, I like House.
Tank is listing a lot of shows. Tank is just dropping them like fire.
House is fire, dude.
Yeah, there's the episode that House. I think they won the Emmy for writing. is the one when he tells. They do a great job of telling how he got his injury, and they waited almost a full year before they explain what's really wrong with him. And they do this entire episode where one of his colleagues has gotten ill and he's been sick a lot, and House has to like sub for him and teach his class, but he doesn't want to teach the class because he's just a complete jackass. So he goes in and he just makes up an illness. He's like, okay, I got 3 patients for you. One of them's faking, one of them's got a serious problem, and one's going to be dead by the end of the day. And they all have the same symptoms. And he goes through and makes up 3 fake stories, right? And he forces the class to deal with them. In between, he's just wandering around the classroom and into the teacher's desk and messing with stuff. And the whole thing, you come to realize one of the 3 people is his own symptoms that he had when he got his leg injury. One of the people had a leg injury from a different kind of, like a simple like snake bite kind of something or other. Another person was a physical injury, like they twisted it or whatever. But like he sets it all up so that it's like first he's like the woman is in her 40s, whatever, and he names one of the actresses from Baywatch. He's like, it's so and so, and there she is. She's like, all of a sudden she appears in this like fictional story, and she is like getting checked by the doctors. But like the way they play it out, it's very much for laughs and it's very much silliness until you get to the end, and his 4 doctors that he's teamed with are now sitting in the back. The class, little by little through the day, has like filled. Like as he's been subbing, like people have come to watch. And his staff is in the back, and they all are the only ones realizing that the story he's telling is how he got not only like basically crippled, but also like addicted to pain pills now.
Oh, damn.
It's a phenomenal hour that is like a slow peel of revelation on his character. And they waited like a full year to tell it. Like they just it was about an a-hole doctor. The whole show is just he's an a-hole doctor. And then like this episode totally like flips the script on you, and it's phenomenal. And at the end, the best part at the end is he goes to his boss who, she figures it out what he's telling to these students. And he goes to her and he slaps down this little crappy like Father's Day mug on her desk. And he's like, by the way, this guy who's out sick all the time, it's because his kid painted his coffee cup in lead paint. Why don't you get his kid to pick better paint? And then maybe he won't be sick all the time.
Oh, damn.
Like the whole thing is like, he's detective solved every problem in like this 1 hour. He's like, not only that, but like, this is why your doctor's out sick.
You guys got Hulu by any chance?
Yes, I do.
There's a new show on Hulu came out maybe a month and a half ago called Catch 22.
I've seen it. I haven't watched it. It's good.
That same actor that was on House, he's in this show, right? He plays this major, and it's about World War II, about bombardiers in World War II. And the Catch 22 is that these guys are in war and they're insane, right? You're in war, you're insane. So they can go to the doctor and tell them, listen, you got to send me home, or you got to take me out of these missions because I'm insane. I'm telling you I'm insane. Once I tell you I'm insane, you have to take me off the missions. So the doctor goes, well, that's the Catch-22. Because yes, you're insane for going up in those missions, but you're also now not insane because you realize what you're doing is dangerous and you come and tell me, so you're not insane anymore. So you're going to keep flying them. That's the cat. It's a hilarious show. But anyways, so the House guy.
In high school, I was forced to read that book. It's like a Pulitzer Prize winning novel.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's a very, very, very old book. They made an older movie about it, but it's a classic novel. It's like a great satire of war. And so I was excited to see the film, the show. I haven't seen it yet.
Dude, George Clooney directs it, man, and he's in there too. He plays at first he plays a major, and he gets promoted to general, and he's a total dickhead. But it's a great TV show. 6 episodes. Yeah. But it's like a comedy and a drama at the same time. Like you feel bad at points, but then you laughing out loud at others. It's an awesome show, man. Awesome.
Yeah, I'd be excited to see it. I remember really loving the book. It's just so odd and quirky and
I didn't know, man. I'm gonna have to go look that up. I want to read that book now.
It was required reading for my like junior year in high school. Like we were, it's classic literature kind of stuff, and that was one of the books. I want to shout out. You had some great comments in your chat here. Yes, I'm sorry, I messed up on he was addicted to pain pills at different points for the House thing, and it was Carmen Electra who guest starred in that episode of House. Too awesome.
Ooh, Carmen Electra.
Some people throwing out Cheers, which is a great show. Firefly, phenomenal show. Awesome television program.
Have you seen Goliath?
Band of Brothers.
What I remember from Cheers is just that beginning song.
I don't remember anything from Cheers.
Like I remember, some of the show I've seen it. But
Perry's back, everybody. Perry's back.
Everybody knows your name.
No, I don't know anything about Cheers, man.
Yeah, I know that theme song, man.
You know,
That's when theme songs were good.
Oh, The Americans. That's another show.
Ooh,
There it is. That's an awesome show, dude.
Ooh, that's probably in my top 3.
Yeah,
so there you go. The Wire, The Americans, and I haven't figured out what the best show I've ever seen. I don't know what it is yet.
My Bake the Snake says my grandfather was one of the paratroopers in World War II. Not that squad from Band of Brothers, but one of the other ones he lived through to tell some stories. That sounds amazing. That's incredible. Those guys that talk about a job. Holy crap. That they had to do D-Day. Those D-Day jumpers, man. I can't even imagine.
Oh, cheers, HAQ. Oh, what are you drinking on? Let us know. A little late night drinking. Have you guys seen Vikings?
I have not.
Oh,
I have not, no.
That's a good show right there. Vikings. Oh, it's like a fast-paced Game of Thrones. Because I tried watching Game of Thrones and it was a little too slow for me. I guess I have ADHD and I need something to like happen, you know?
I don't know, man. That first season it got me.
I like the first season. I think I stopped watching like the third midway with like this lady who gave birth to like a smoke thing and
dude, but once you get to like the Red Wedding, which I think is season 3,
where they're at the wedding and they all there's like a giant massacre at the wedding.
Yeah, I'm in there. I'm in there to the end. Dude, I watched every episode of that show. I loved it. I loved Game of Thrones.
Eventually I'll go back and I'll rewatch it. Let's see. Lie to Me. Have you guys ever seen that show, Lie to Me?
I have seen Lie to Me. Yeah.
I was sad they canceled after 3 seasons. I really liked it. You know, I felt like I was watching that show and then looking at people's faces and seeing if I could see any micro expressions.
You guys ever see Veronica Mars? That show is freaking hysterical.
Haven't seen that one.
I have not.
Oh my god.
Was that on TNT?
That was on CW back in the day.
Oh, okay.
CW.
But now that
Smallville.
actress is in a lot of places now. She's on The Good Place, really funny. Kristen Bell, really hysterical actress.
Tequila. Oh, I have a tequila joke. Do you know why Mexicans bring their wives to the roof? Tequila. Oh, man.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I've been holding on to that one for a long time.
I don't know if you heard the other day, Alec told 2 great jokes about hipsters that I've been telling ever since. They're just a riot. So the first one was, how many hipsters does it take to screw in a light bulb?
How many?
And the answer is, well, it's a really obscure number. You probably wouldn't know it.
Oh. I don't. Oh, okay.
And the other one is, why did the hipster burn his mouth on the pizza? Because he liked it before it was cool.
Oh man, that's pretty funny.
That guy just finished moving right to Florida.
Yeah, he's a Floridian
Yeah,
now.
and he hit his 1,000 too.
I saw that. So is he close to where you're at, Perry?
No, he's in Orlando. It's about like an hour drive away.
So that's closer to where Rod is, right?
Yeah, that's more in Rod's his area.
Yeah, I'd wondered where he was. I hadn't seen him for like 2 months, and then I finally saw him to get his 1,000.
Yeah, that was awesome. That we watched that live. We were just sitting there, and as soon as he hits 1,000, then John simultaneously hits 700. Like
700.
Awesome, dude. Super duper cool.
The game.
I thought it was his.
The game is hard, right, John? Getting up there.
Shit.
Hey man, I hit 600.
Congrats.
Hey, big time. You guys are all popping off right now like crazy.
A little bit.
I like Rod, man. Rod's at like 750, man.
Yeah, dude, I looked at Rod. He was at like 6 something, and then he's like 720, 740. I'm like, what are you doing, Rod? The hell are you making Google accounts like crazy? Oh man, this is busting his jobs. Mr. Robot. Have you guys watched Mr. Robot?
I've never seen it.
Oh. You know, I saw the first 2 seasons. Yeah,
that's pretty good. I think I've only seen the first season. With E is for Evil Corp. I like that. Let's see. Taxi was a good show. I haven't seen Taxi.
Oh, I forgot. Battlestar Galactica. The new Battlestar Galactica is a freaking crazy good show.
I've never seen any of those like sci-fi shows. Like people talk about Star Trek, and I know this. That's about it. The Trekkie symbol.
Oh, there's actually a new Star Trek movie coming out, man, with Picard, Captain Jean-Luc Picard.
Yep.
Tank said Rod is cold calling people.
Cold calling.
That's funny. Hi, have you heard about my new YouTube show? Oh, that's pretty smart. Like a political call.
Dude,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
it's all about the hustle.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
You know
It's
what
always
I've
sunny in
learned.
Philadelphia. Yes.
So what I've learned through Perry and I learned through Rod, man, it's it's about putting good content out there for people. I like y'all's shows. I like the who are they and the starting line. You guys are doing good stuff, and we'll continue to build. I'm drunk, so don't mind me.
It's all good.
I'm gonna get through it.
I'm waiting for the boot.
We're gonna continue to build from where we're at, guys. You just continue to put out good stuff for people to watch.
And I will say, having like Bueller has always been really nice about giving me advice and checking in with me, and I'm sure he does it to a lot of people. But he's given me several pieces of advice. I don't always follow them because I'm kind of an idiot. But like chief among them is consistency. Like you guys have your videos that you drop every week on certain days, and it matters. Like people tune in, they look for that. The consistency really matters. So for people that want to have a good YouTube channel that grows, like having consistent content, it doesn't need to be like an hour-long live stream. You could do just a 5-minute edited video, but if you have something every week consistently, if you are making sure that the videos you make give good information. So like when you guys are doing your buy or pass, or when Perry's dropping his keys for the week, or when Edwin's doing his, these are the reviews for the books I read last week, you're giving information. It's not just entertainment, but it's also informing people.
Yeah.
So they tune in for that. They want to know the information.
Yep.
Yeah.
So those kind of things, it matters. And so I think that's why you guys are all blowing up like you are right now.
I did notice that, not to talk shit about anybody that does live streaming, dude. I get it, man. It's awesome doing live streams, and I totally dig it, and I watch it.
And it's fun. It is
fun. It is fun. I'm having a good time talking with you guys and talking with people in the chat. But I like editing videos. I like recording the video, sitting here recording, and then going to my other computer and editing it and uploading it to YouTube, man. I enjoy that process, and to me, it feels like a better product that I put more time into.
And it's like your creative outlet. Like you record it, you have the idea what you want it to look like, and then when you're actually in that editing stage, that's why I hear a lot of people complain about editing. To me, it's like editing is like when you actually get to take your paintbrush and dip it into paint and put it on the canvas. That's when you're editing, when you're putting everything together and like, this is my creative project. I know it's just like a silly like my picks of the week or who are they or the comic news or the keys, but it's like you're still thinking about what you're doing and how you want it to come out in your presentation and like your own pizzazz on it,
Definitely.
Pizzazz.
Dude, and going back in and watching. So if I do a 20-minute video, that's probably a 30-minute video that I've recorded and I've cut 10 minutes out of it. Absolutely. And I laugh so much at the stuff that I cut out because it's just me fucking up. And I'm like, God damn it. I wasn't supposed to say that, and like and so there was a video that I released last week, right, where it was me unboxing that turtle book from Kevin Eastman.
Yeah.
I actually left a piece of it towards the end where I'm actually looking at it because I didn't know it was signed. I did not know it was a signed book. So I left that at the end so you could see the part that I cut out. Because that's just extra stuff that I've gone in and I've worked hard to edit these videos and put work into it, man. I enjoy that. It's fun to me. I like sitting there and doing that for you guys.
So is this not a Trekkie symbol?
It's not. No, it's not. I mean, it's the hand gesture of one of the characters on Star Trek, but it's not called the Trekkie symbol.
So if I go to Comic-Con and I see someone dressed up in cosplay, I could be
Can't you do that?
Hey, Trekkie.
I wouldn't call him that.
I don't know that works. I just love the way Tank says he called it the Trekkie symbol. One more and I'm driving to Florida.
Oh, man, that's a good T-shirt, the Trekkie symbol.
The Trekkie symbol.
And then he says Perry is dressed like Ronald Reagan's stable boy.
Hey, this is a Hitman, official Hitman tie, yeah, which is also a pretty good movie. I like Hitman.
And that tie looks a little short there, Perry. How short is it, dude?
That's another show.
Yeah, it's not that short.
Dude, it doesn't even get to your belly button, bro.
Don't stand up. You're not wearing pants, brother.
I got little booty shorts on. I'm good. It's like the 70s all over again.
Dude, you got to be sweating your balls off in that suit, man.
No, after like 45 minutes, you get used to it.
Your body. I was gonna say, You mentioned Hitman. The actor who plays I think the original one was Timothy Olyphant, the actor, and he's had 2 really great shows. Deadwood on HBO.
I heard
it's a
about
freaking
that.
badass cowboy show. And then my personal favorite was Justified, where he played a U.S. Marshal in Arkansas. That's
show
an
FX show, right?
Yeah, that was a badass show, man.
And guess what? They drink one of my favorite bourbons on that show, Eagle Rare.
Ooh.
Oh, really?
Eagle Rare bourbon. They drink on that show, and it is from the same distillery as Buffalo Trace, man.
Oh, really?
That's how I learned. That's one of the reasons I learned about that Eagle Rare.
See, Tank's educating you. He says the hand signal is the sign of the race known as the Vulcans, right? And it means live long and prosper. It's sort of a greeting or a goodbye, you might say.
Fellow Vulcan. Yeah.
Vulcan.
Yeah. See, I'm
Look at
learning.
the Vulcan.
Hey, man, live long and prosper. Oh, I sound like a nerd.
You don't think you've been sounding like a nerd all along?
Brother,
Oh,
you read
man.
comic books, man. You're a nerd.
I know. I'm like
You
full
have
like.
a comic book and video game YouTube channel.
Yeah. You're a nerd, dude.
I know, but it's cool. Like I felt like I finally got something. Like I'm like live long and prosper. Like I've never had a slogan before.
Your slogan was McDuff.
Big Duff in my Denali. Oh man, Black Mirror. Ooh,
That one's good too.
The comic book, you're saying? Oh no, the TV show.
The TV show is like fucking awesome, dude. On Netflix.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't think I was gonna like that, and like the way they like have this futuristic. Every episode is different, and it's like how they like show like the future and like. How there was like one episode where you have an app and you rate people and you live your entire life.
Oh my god, that
around
episode was freaking wild.
Crazy. And I'm like, wow, like it makes you think about things like, could you go down this road in the future? Where are we headed as a society? Because it's like we're surrounded by this thing, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Have you seen the new season?
I've seen the one with Miley Cyrus. That's it.
So there's the next episode. I think it's episode 2. Is the video games have gone into virtual reality, right? So you can go, you put the thing on your head, which we've seen in other episodes, right? This
The
little
memory
black
thing.
dot.
Like the memory thing? Yeah.
It's like a little black dot you put on your head and you get into the game, right? So it's like a fighting game. This guy and his best friend, they're playing it. And I don't want to go much into it because it's pretty sexual. But it's insane where they think our world is going to get into, and I think they're probably right. We're probably going to get into a world where virtual reality is just the way things are. We'll probably never leave our house. We'll just sit on the couch and do everything with like a brain stimulant on our temple.
Oh man. You know,
but
that's funny that you say that.
Those are crazy, man.
There's a meme. I don't know if you guys know about World of Warcraft where it's like you're in a game and you're like, all right, it's like a multi-player online game. All right, yeah.
I'm not as old as
he's trolling you, brother.
I know. There's a meme of the 2033 of a kid who looks like he's on heroin, but he has a virtual reality mask on. It's like World of Warcraft 2033. You know, like no one's gonna move from where they are. They're just gonna be surrounded in this whole world.
That's could be how it is. We've gone so far with technology in the last 100 years than the past 10,000 years.
Yeah.
So,
heck yeah, man.
Telling you, brother, we're gonna be in some flying cars like McBuff in his Denali.
His flying Denali.
I'll tell you that Black Mirror, I can't watch more than a couple at a time. Like that show, it gets under your skin. Like it's intense.
The political one with the pig.
Like, holy crap!
That was the first one I've seen.
That was the first episode. That was the original first episode, dude. That was messed up.
And you didn't know, like, you don't have to watch this show consecutive, right? You don't have to watch episode 1 and 2. You can watch
like Twilight Zone.
I didn't know, so I went in and watching number 1, and there's this governor fucking a pig. What the hell? What the hell is this?
It's funny because in the beginning of the show, he's like, I'm not going to do that. What's wrong with you? And at the end, you see him pulling out his pants. I'm like, oh, man, we've gone too far.
I just want to point out that Edwin just said, I don't know what this show is about. I thought it was all consecutive. The first episode's a guy fucking a pig. And then I'm thinking in my head, so then you tuned in for the next episode?
I did.
Next up is a cow.
See some more pig fucking.
Oh, man, it's funny.
I wonder what you're thinking turning on the next episode. God, where are they going to go from here?
Right? How are they going to top this one?
So I Googled it and I made sure. And yes, the rest of the show is not like that first episode.
Oh man!
So anybody worried about more pig fucking, don't worry, it's not like that.
I will agree that first episode is raw. Like it is brutal, and I like a lot of the other episodes better than that first one.
That one just
there's an episode.
Squealers.
There's that really twisted episode where the woman's like her kids like in danger and she's running around and there's people like watching and video recording it. And like she can't figure out why they're not helping her. It's like they're zombies or something.
It was a TV show.
That episode freaks me out. And then of course they flip the script right at the end. I don't want to ruin it, but they flip the script at the end. A little bit, yeah. No, that's my favorite episode. That one was like, holy crap, that's cool.
Edwin likes squealers.
How do pigs squeal?
Oh wow! Okay, he does that a little too well.
I've had practice. God.
Florida, where the men are men and the pigs are scared.
Oh man, it's funny.
Yeah, Black Mirror has been that's been an insane show. Even that one with Miley Cyrus was damn good.
That was really good. I heard a lot of people didn't like it. I watched it. I'm like, this show. The ending was like a little bit dumb, like how I don't know. But the rest of the whole show was really cool.
I really enjoyed that one, man. What was my favorite episode on Black Mirror? I like the museum episode. The black girl goes into the museum and the guy's showing her the different things that have kind of been on the show before. I think there was like a bear that you put the mind of somebody that's died and they can still see. Then there was the other one with the doctor that had the implant so he could feel the people, like if they came into the hospital, the doctor could feel like what they were feeling, so he knew exactly what was wrong with them. And then the last part of the show, I don't want to really get into because of the room, but that one was really good. I think it was called the History Museum or Museum of History or something like that. It was a good one. I think it was season 4.
That was a good episode. I haven't seen
Tank says, how about you guys watch Swamp Thing?
I'm going to watch it when it's done. It's like a binge the whole thing. I'm a binger.
It's next week.
I think next week is done, so I can't watch any of it.
Oh, man.
I watched the first episode. I really liked it, but I want to wait till it's over. I want to wait till it's over and then binge watch it.
Yeah. Heck yeah, dude. That first episode was pretty amazing.
Oh, damn.
Would you do the same?
We got the big timer in here. Comic Tom.
Comic Tom 101. How's it going,
What's
Mr.
up, Tom? Thanks for coming by, brother.
Mr. Garcia. Another Garcia.
So, Edwin, you're saying like you'd rather binge watch it. Will you do the same if you do the Disney app where you can watch, whatever show? Because they're planning. I don't think they're planning to do the Netflix format. They want to drop weekly episodes. Right. Would you wait until the whole run is out and then watch? Because I feel like it'd all be spoiled by then. It'd just be everywhere.
Nah, man. I wouldn't. I guess I'd try to stay away from the spoilers. Like Twitter, I wouldn't watch. I wouldn't see anything. Like Jessica Jones. It's been out for like 2 weeks and I haven't been spoiled. I don't know what's going on with the show. We're still watching it.
Yeah.
So, I would binge watch it, man. I enjoy that way. Like Handmaid's Tale is out on Hulu.
Yeah.
My wife and I were waiting till it's done this new season, and then we'll finish watching it.
Yeah, I had
which is also an awesome show.
I can't watch week to week. I forget shit like way too much. That's why I like Netflix. Netflix will drop like Stranger Things, and boom, weekend comes. I'm like episode 6 already. Which I gotta finish that. I've been really liking that.
Ooh, finish that one, dude. That one's a good one.
When the fucking what's it called? The Demigorgon. The fucking thing is no. What's that guy called?
The Mind Slayer, whatever it's called.
He's like controlling that guy and then fucking choking her, and like her eyes are like popping out of her fucking head. I'm like, holy shit, this is crazy.
Tank says, didn't Trump put a limit on how many Hispanics could be involved in one stream? I said, that's why I'm here. I'm the legal requirement.
You're the legal requirement.
Oh, Tom's bringing up Spaceballs. Man, I had to Google Spaceballs. Oh, man, you don't want to rewatch the beginning of the stream.
Yeah, Tom, you're late to the show, brother.
Oh, man,
we've been heckling Baby Perry and all the movies you just never heard of.
Yeah, Barry doesn't know any of these movies from anywhere, anything but before 1993. He does not know.
Pretty much. I do know Young Frankenstein, so that was a plus. That's a
but he just didn't. Then I replied by saying, "Yeah, Mel Brooks is great," and you were like, "Who's Mel Brooks?"
I still don't know who Mel Brooks is. I gotta watch more of his stuff. I don't know who he is. He was born in 1927.
He was.
How am I supposed to know someone that old?
Because he was nominated for an Oscar for writing Young Frankenstein.
Who gives a shit about an Oscar? It's just fucking people patting themselves on the back and saying how great they are.
How many times have you heard of somebody writing a comedy and getting nominated for an Oscar? Nobody.
I don't even know. I have no idea. I don't watch the Oscars. I couldn't tell you.
Wow.
I don't even have cable.
John is here so that the stream doesn't get reported.
Oh God.
Oh man, that's funny.
I live in Texas, man. Watch out. I'll have ice at the door. I'm an American citizen, guys.
Do you think Willy Wonka is Johnny Depp? Yes, I do. That is my Willy Wonka. I tried to watch the original one. Hey, man, I don't like old shit like that. I like newer movies. You know, when I was a kid, that's the Willy Wonka I watched.
Harry, stop talking. Brother, just stop talking. Just stop talking. You're going to hurt yourself here.
The original Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. That's the one, man.
I mean, maybe if I
listen to the man, he
years.
knows a few things because he's seen a few things.
I've lived a few decades or 2 or 3.
I don't know. I like that Johnny Depp.
One Willy Wonka.
Creepy. He's creepy.
And his name is Gene Wilder. And that's
I don't know who that is.
Gene Wilder
played Lex Luthor, man.
He played Young Frankenstein, and he played the original Willy Wonka.
And he was Lex Luthor, was right? And Superman.
Oh man,
right?
Was he?
Am I crazy?
No, that was Gene Hackman. But
whatever.
Good try. That's
now
Gene Hackman.
give me shit.
John,
guys.
watch Catwoman on the Moon. Chris Barrett. I've never seen Catwoman
Edwin,
on
if
the
you
Moon,
can
but it
speak
sounds
English,
awesome.
you're fine.
Edwin, if you can speak English.
Closest thing we have to Mel Brooks is Judd Apatow. Yeah, that's.
I don't know who that is.
As close as Judd Apatow. He directed. Was it Superbad and
I like that one.
Okay.
Freaks and Geeks.
Now you're speaking my language.
And he does a lot of modern comedy stuff. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. They can list some of his other movies, but yeah, he's a like a modern comedy kind of guy, writer director. John, let's hop over to your channel and take Edwin with us.
He can't take me anywhere,
man.
Trying
to educate here.
I'm getting educated. This is a Saturday morning educational class. This is my detention.
Oh, crap, it's Friday night, right? I got to be up and do a live show with my girls in the morning.
Just make it later.
John's hangover with kids.
Right. I'm gonna be the one on the couch, just kind of like.
They're gonna be like, "Dad, wake up!"
They're gonna be like,
"You're on air."
Look what I read this week.
Like, what happened with John? Oh, he was late night with Perry.
The education of Perry is a full-time job.
It is. But speaking of Johnny Depp, I like Johnny Depp. I think he's a pretty good actor. I like Blow. That's one of my favorite movies. I like Blow. That's a good one. He did that movie, right?
I liked. Yes, you did. Yeah, you did. Yes. No, I didn't call you. You good?
No, I'm just double checking. I gotta cross my T's and dot my I's with you guys.
He did a movie called Finding Neverland that was really great about J.M. Barrie, the guy who came up with the idea for Peter Pan. It's the story of how he came up with the idea and the background for that. And so he had to do this really thick Irish accent in that one. But he's always good with accents.
Heck yeah. Speaking of Peter Pan,
seems like he could roll from one voice to another.
Speaking of Peter Pan, Once Upon a Time.
The TV series.
Show, yes.
Sorry, I watched the first
I like it. I really liked it. I think I watched like the first 3 or 4. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, I got like through the first 2 or 3 seasons of it. And it kind of got repetitive.
Yeah, they'll switch the mantle with a dark one. Who's in the dark one? That's a dark one. I don't know. I enjoyed it. It was like a cool, fresh take on all these Disney characters.
Tank collects. Your movie opinion blows. Damn. Shots fired, bruh.
I'm just hoping he doesn't mean my reviews. I'm assuming he means Perry, but I don't want to assume. How about this,
guys,
Edwin? You're clearly an '80s action guy. Like, what would you rank as the best action movies ever? We did some comedies. We did some TV show. When I was a kid in the '80s, I loved horror and I loved action. If people were getting their heads blown off or chopped off, I probably watched it.
Dude, so I'm a huge Arnold Schwarzenegger fan. So like any of those Arnold Schwarzenegger movies from the 80s, dude, like Running Man, Predator, I loved.
Terminator.
Terminator. The first, but the first one's not, he's in it obviously, but it's more about Sarah Connor than it is him as compared to Terminator 2, where he's really the main actor. What was the one where he's on Mars? God damn, I'm
Total Recall.
Yeah, Total Recall. Like I love that movie, man. So, dude, Predator. I think to me, Predator is awesome. Commando, like you said earlier.
Commando's
like
for
you can name off a bunch of other action stars from the 80s, but like
Last
Arnold
Action
Schwarzenegger
Hero?
is gonna be the best.
Right? He did that one, Last Action Hero.
Yeah, but that was
the
the
90s.
crap
Oh, it
movie.
was?
Yeah, that was a crap
Come on, man. I was
movie.
born in
Well,
95.
I
watched
watched crap,
Commando.
John. I liked it.
Yeah,
But
that
I'm
was
a
good.
Schwarzenegger fan.
I watch Commando for the laughs. Like Commando is legit funny. Even the way he kills people, like I get the kicks out of it. Whereas like Running Man and Predator, I watch because they're just freaking badass. Like those movies are like just cool. Cool.
Running Man, post-apocalyptic world where everybody's watching TV shows where they're killing each other, and you know they got Tank Collects. Don't sleep on Jingle All the Way. That is my favorite Christmas movie of all time.
I remember you saying that in one of your shows.
Yes, I have said it before. Turbo Man. Turbo Man. I love.
So did you know
movie,
that the Running Man is based on a book that Stephen King wrote?
Yeah.
Badass.
Yeah.
Well, Richard Bachman is the writer, but that was like Stephen King wrote under another name from time to time, and that was one of the fake names he wrote under.
Dude, I love Running Man. Total Recall, which I've seen the new one that they made, like 5 years ago.
Yeah,
I thought it was okay.
Yeah,
it was okay.
It's not the same.
No, not the same. But
Sharon Stone and and Arnold together, man.
What was there was a movie he did in the 90s though.
People shouting out a little bit of the Jean-Claude Van Damme and the Stallone movies.
Oh, dude, not Kickboxer, but
Bloodsport.
Bloodsport. There you go, Bloodsport. That's an awesome movie too, man. Jean-Claude, I really dig that.
Were you ever like Steven Seagal fan?
What was the name of the movie where his wife and him get shot in the bed and then he goes into a coma and comes back?
He goes in a coma. Man. Yeah, that was a great one. Hard Target, I think.
I don't remember the name of it, but the guys come in to kill him.
Hard to kill. Hard to kill.
And then his son escapes out the window and he runs away and he catches him 10 years later. Dude, Steven Seagal movies they're over the top.
They're ridiculous. It's so funny. Like I look at the guy and my joke to my friends was like, this guy's got a beer belly. Who the heck is he gonna beat up? Like he's always looked like he had a beer belly.
Dad bod. The dad bod.
Like Jean-Claude Van Damme. At least Jean-Claude looked like he could legit kick your butt. Like he's always been ripped, even when he's a tiny little guy doing the splits. I look at Steven Seagal and I'm like, really? Like that's an action star? Like I don't know what's happening here.
Yeah. Or
Chris Barrett wants Steven Seagal to play Craven.
Well, Jean-Claude Van Damme played Guile in Street Fighter. I don't know if you guys ever saw that.
He did.
That
for me, obviously it's classic, but for me, the 80s action movies I loved were the original Lethal Weapon.
Oh, that's good.
Freaking awesome. And Die Hard.
Die Hard.
Freaking Die Hard.
I've seen Die Hard.
All-time great movie. Under Siege, yeah, that was a good movie. Under Siege, yeah.
I had actually probably seen Die Hard 3 before I had seen 1 and 2.
Oh,
right? I had seen number 3 first, right? And that had Samuel Jackson. And then I went back and watched number 1.
5 of them now.
Oh wow! Yeah. No, I've only seen one of them.
Because they made the one when he's in Russia, and then they made the one when he's in Washington D.C.
with his son.
That
right?
series
Isn't his son in it?
To shit. Yeah, the one in Russia, his son is in.
Yeah. Well, his son, right in the movie, his son is there.
Yeah.
But I think the first 3 are amazing. The first one is probably the best, obviously the best one.
Yeah, for sure.
I like the third one with Samuel Jackson. It's a different take on Die Hard because Die Hard 1 and 2 are kind of about the same deal. Christmas time.
Exactly.
Champ says Paris no idea what all these movies are. You're right, dude. I am lost. They're speaking Russian to me.
I hear scribbling on paper. He's just writing all these movies down.
I had to look up Jingle All the Way. I've never seen that either.
Dude, that's in the 90s.
The next time Perry...
That's in the 90s.
The next time that... Yeah, it is. That's a 90s one. The next time Perry needs to find a movie to watch, all he needs to do is open up his channel and watch the stream.
Just rewatch. I've seen the Griswolds, the family vacation.
Christmas vacation.
Christmas, yeah, the Christmas vacation, and when they go to Vegas, I like the Griswolds.
Dude, watch Jingle All the Way if you get a chance. Cheesy, but it's a Christmas movie. At Arnold.
Yeah. my brothers and I always used to discuss sequels and if it's possible that a comedy could ever have a sequel that was better than the original. Because I'd never been able to come up with one until Christmas Vacation. That was the only one we could come up with where a sequel was actually better. Not that a sequel was just good. Like Airplane 2 is good. It's not like great or anything, but like legitimately, I think Christmas Vacation is a better film than the original Vacation.
Perry is like Captain America in Civil War talking to Falcon. I don't understand the reference, but I think I do because he was in a coma, right? So he didn't know about stuff. I haven't seen the movie yet.
He doesn't watch any. We've already
Any
established
Marvel
if it's a good movie, Perry hasn't seen it.
Oh man, someone's gonna watch the bad movies, man.
Yeah, when you talk about the Chevy Chase movies with the Vacation movies, to me, I think of Christmas Vacation.
Yeah,
I don't even think of the first one.
And that's and Christmas is the third one.
Yeah, because there's
which is
European
the first
Vacation
one?
next.
I
The
never
first
seen
one
the
is
good
when they're going to Wally
Vacation.
World.
Wally
Yeah,
World.
the
I
first
like the
one's just
one
Vacation.
where they went to Nevada. I like that
That's
one too.
Vegas.
That's Vegas.
That was a Vegas
Vacation.
one. Yeah. That was.
That
Which
was
is
like in the
funny. I love
2000s.
Nick Papagiorgio. Nick, I love his fake ID.
I like the dude. It's for me, it's the third one, man. The third one I remember the most.
Yeah.
And the shitter's
Absolutely.
full.
Has to be.
Shitter's full.
Yeah.
I love the third one.
Ooh, Meet the Fockers.
Meet the
I seen
Fockers.
that one. Hell yeah. Meet the Fockers.
It's not better than Meet the Parents though. So
I like.
I think that's a
Whatever
tough
happened. Does he
argument
make
to
movies
try to
anymore?
pull off.
He used
Ben
to make
Stiller?
a lot of good movies with Ben Stiller. Like he did. I like Night at the Museum.
Did we just go off air? I think we
Did
just
we?
went off air.
No, we're still live.
Still says live for me.
So it says live for me.
Okay.
I got 8 hours, John.
Cameras. We still got a lot of time to fill.
We still got a couple hours left. You guys better
Get
strap
the
in.
fuck out of here.
Watch, no. By the time we're done, John's gonna be like, "Hey kids, good morning. Let's do our show."
Oh hell no.
Kids, just come on in.
Just come on
We'll
in.
keep going.
Oh
Vacation
man,
European. Oh, Tacoma Comics.
What is
He's
it?
got Vacation first, European, and then Christmas.
Ooh, I'm old.
I don't think that makes you old. It just gives you a counter opinion.
Yeah. I think he's got him
Although,
backwards.
admittedly, I've had a counter opinion all night, and I'm old.
Perry's going through that phase when, like, in Charlie Brown, when the teacher talks.
Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
The camera should just be like this then. Wah, 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 wah.
That's funny.
We should hit up Rod and see if he's awake. Bring him back
Send him another
on.
invite.
Just
Morning,
start
Rod.
texting him.
Oh man, I was gonna start just sending out random invites to people in my contacts. Let's just see, or like Russian roulette. Who pulls the trigger on it?
Who's in the chat? There's always somebody in the chat that wants to jump on, man. Say hi.
I don't mind. Yeah.
Tank is looking to jump in. I think he was mentioning
is Tank
earlier,
still
but I
here?
don't. He's had nasty food poisoning. He said he's just laying there like a
Oh,
wreck.
damn, he's
He'd have to
shitting
have
everywhere.
his camera turned off for sure.
Tank,
Plus
you
he's
gotta
got,
stay
his
away
lady-
from the. You gotta stay away from the dirty pink tacos, brother.
Oh man, that late night Taco Bell. Oh damn, I get it. Oh damn, that flew right over my head. Oh, but I caught it. But I caught it, jabroni. I got you. Cochino.
Just playing with you, Tank. Just messing with you. It's late night with Perry Comics, and we got John's Comics with Kids and the Comic Jabroni.
Oh my god!
Dirty
Oh,
jokes
man.
going all
Oh,
around.
God.
The old lady. God damn.
Hey
it,
man,
Barry.
Perry, I gotta tell you, I absolutely love this late night with Perry because I can let my hair down and I can drink some bourbon and talk shit. It's absolutely amazing.
Look, I've been on a lot of live shows, right? And usually they're around like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, sometimes 11 o'clock, but usually it's like very structured, very organized, and like usually not off the rails and usually not cursing. Like people try to be respectful of other people's channels. They're usually not drinking. I'm like, fuck, dude. Let's fucking,
And
we're
Perry
all
says,
people.
"Fuck that shit."
Fuck that shit. You know, let's talk. Let's have fun. You know, let's just have a good time. I want to wear my tie.
You got to be careful, John. You're a teacher, man. They're gonna see you on this show with us and say, "Oh, you can't teach little
Oh,
kids."
dude, he's a California teacher.
I'm safe. I'm on Perry's channel. Nobody's watching.
Burn!
Oh, damn, I just got it. Oh,
Fired, brother.
burn.
Shots fired.
Oh, man. Speaking of burn, that 70s show was a good show.
That was a good show.
Because
Very funny.
Kelso used to say, burn. You know,
Burn.
like,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, that's
Yep.
funny.
Golly.
Rob Ware says his OBS is up and running. That's good, man. That's good.
That's good.
Everyone
you don't have
prepare.
to ask Perry how to work OBS.
Oh man, Bake has me doing a I'm gonna be doing a because I'm gonna record it tomorrow and then pump it out. Where I'm gonna do a full tutorial on how to download OBS, how to download all the add-ons, how to put your camera, your mic, and how to go live. So look out for that video either tomorrow or Sunday. And then,
please watch it.
Yes,
please watch it so that Perry will stop complaining in the group chat that me and Rod have with him, and he cries and cries.
I must have a good like 7 or 8 messages of people asking me the exact same thing, you know. Which I don't mind helping people, you know, it's great. But I'm like, damn, I just said the same thing over and over again, you know.
You need to like copy and paste it, man, into different chats.
Oh man,
OBS is not easy to use. I'll tell you that. And you are one of the first guys I know that has kind of mastered it.
Well, it's more like it's not hard once you do it. Once you understand how to use it, it's pretty like it seems like, oh wow, that's pretty simple. But like it's very intimidating at first. It's very intimidating. All these buttons and knobs and switch. It's like, hey, come fly this plane. And you're like, oh, shit. You know, like, what am I doing?
I would argue, and I think OBS is actually fairly user-friendly. Like, I don't mind OBS. I kind of crap on it. But OBS for me is not the problem. Skype is the problem. And Skype has not been designed to be used on YouTube. So it's all these little, like, patches that you have to get to make it work. And I feel like Skype is the bigger issue than OBS personally. And I will probably use OBS if I'm just like solo live streaming, like an unboxing or something, or if it's just me and one other person, I think it would be easy enough. But once you get like several people, like if I wanted to do Comic Core and have like 4 people on there, I think that would be the worst way to go.
Yeah, I was telling you, like I like because Comic Core sometimes you'll have like 5 or 6 people or 7.
Oh my god, they had like on Thursday when I jumped in, they had like 8.
Yeah, like I don't see that happening on OBS at all. Like not even close.
It would tax your computer too much, man. I don't think you'd have the power to process all of that.
Yeah,
your computer would die,
hands down. Because you got to think of it, you're rendering 8 different people's computers through Skype, through your own computer, and then pushing it out live. Like it's a lot to talk, you know.
Dude,
and now there's new Hangouts where you gotta pay fucking monthly. What the hell, man? That's bullshit.
So I wonder, through YouTube, do you still have to pay if you want to go YouTube Live?
Yes.
Will you have to have a Google Hangouts account paid?
You need to be able to go into Google Meets, and then in Google Meets, there's a function called Google Hangouts with the option to go live.
You know, I can't.
But that's only if you want to have people join you, though, right? Because you can still go live solo through YouTube.
With
but
OBS.
Not through Hangouts, through OBS or
OBS.
Splitter. Yeah. Through any other encoder except for Hangouts. In order to access Hangouts, it's put behind a paywall now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Man, you can't be mad, dude. Google knows they got money that they're giving away for free. Now they're taking it back.
Yeah.
Can't be mad. It's just Hangout. Like, so I use a Mac. I'm an Apple guy. And I've talked to Perry. Mac is not OBS friendly.
No.
It is a pain in the ass. I have worked through it and I've fixed it, but there's still things that Perry can do on his PC that I cannot do on my Mac.
Yeah.
So I am now actively looking for a PC that I can just at least do these, OBS streams.
And play video games.
No. I got a PlayStation 4 for that, brother.
You're going to be hooked. That's right. You can hook up your PlayStation controller to your PC.
Nah.
Killing me, man.
Airboy is saying that he was one of the winners tonight when Comic Core announced their contest winners.
Wow.
I don't know exactly what the prize packages are. I heard that Bear Island won number 1, but I heard that they had 4 prizes. You'll need to drop a comment on the live show from tonight and just let Chad know. Or if you have Instagram, you can go on there and find Comic Core Chad on there and leave him a note there. But because that's the easiest way to get a hold of him. Let him know, like, you're ready to claim your prize. What did I win? That kind of thing.
Heck yeah. That's awesome. That was a cool thing. That was the contest to fly you out to Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
The first place winner got like 2 passes to go to the show. Baltimore Comic-Con, right? They got a room in the I don't know what they're calling it, the real life mansion or whatever the heck they're calling the Comic Core mansion they got. and then they got travel to the location.
That's a bananas. Like that's like a crazy fucking prize right there. Like,
Dude,
holy
is
shit.
Comic Core one
Absolutely.
of the YouTube channels that has millions of subs and making a bunch of money?
They got less subs than all of us, I think.
I think I just passed them. Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Well, I think the reason they haven't grown like most other channels is because they only do live streams. That's exclusively. That's all they do. So it's harder, I think, for them to grow the same way. Even though they've got consistent live streams going out, it's not quite the same.
I got a Comic Core shirt, man. I bought that newsstand shirt from their site.
That's an awesome shirt.
Yeah. I like that shirt, man. And it's
one.
kind of one of those tight fitting ones where you can show the guns off.
Your favorite type of shirt.
I'm not as big as Reggie Simmons, but you know I like to show off.
You know, I got a muscler too.
I got one or two. I don't know.
I
call it it's the noodle arm shirt for me. That's what it is.
I like your shirt too, man. I gotta say that. I like that King.
The King shirt.
That's awesome one.
I go to flex and the muscle comes down.
Golly. Hey, but that's an awesome prize, man. Comic Core is doing. You know, I get it doesn't really matter how many subs you have. If you want to give to your fans, give to whatever your follower subs, that's a cool thing to do.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Well, and I know having spoken with those guys a bunch, the OG core guys, you know, all the money from their T-shirts, all the money from their like anything they do, like it goes right back out to community stuff. So that's their whole like goal. They have their buddy Chuckload of Comics. He's got his own channel, and he sets up a booth at a lot of Comic Cons, and they're now like guiding the booth construction and design so that YouTubers can come into the booth, plug into the wireless system, and broadcast or record from right there.
That's cool.
So if you wanted to do a Comic-Con interview, and they are setting up interviews with like Jeff Lemire and these really talented guys at cons, they just tell them, hey, come by booth 6 whatever and come by and hang, and they've got it set up. It looks like a little lounge. You plug your laptop in, you record right there. It's all done.
That's super cool.
So I've noticed that the biggest difference between the gaming, like retro gaming YouTube community, and then our comic community is they have conventions for these retro video games where they have YouTubers come out to those conventions and do panels and have a booth, sit down, sell some of their games, or sign signature. Like I don't think the comic community is there yet. The biggest YouTubers for comics is what? Comic Tom's got 15,000. Reggie has 4.
Well, there's that. If you're going strictly comic books, then yeah, those guys are pretty high up there. I know Gem Mint, who does like the statues and stuff.
30,
like he's insane. He's the biggest guy I know of in the comic community.
Yeah,
I've seen like Variant Comics. I think he's got like 1 million or something.
Oh, does he? Okay.
But then talk about video games, and there's guys out there with hundreds of thousands. 400, 500,000. So they do these community conventions where they all go out. I would love to have something set up like that because there's Comic Cons, but they're not inviting YouTubers to do that. But you have these retro cons and all these guys are going out there. You know, my buddy, and Perry's watched me on his show, 8-Bit Eric, right? Yeah. He's got 60,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Wow.
And he's a smaller, and I've known this guy since 7th grade, right? I go to his house. We stream video games together, and he gets invited to go to these conventions for retro games. They pay his airfare, they pay the hotel. He goes out there and has panels. I think the comic community, we're getting there. We're moving slowly, but one day we're gonna have conventions where they're inviting us to go there to talk.
Heck yeah! I'll bring my blazer.
I like those high hopes. I would say there's the difference is that gaming is a real youth-centered activity, and youth is probably more interested in YouTube than the generation of nostalgia collecting, which is a little older.
Well, comic books are for kids too, right?
Hey, that's what I'm trying to make happen.
I hope so.
It's just crazy though, because like you see, like how many comic book people are going live right now. Like I think just us,
just you
at this point,
dude.
just us right now.
But it's,
you go to Twitch, and you look at any game. There's thousands and thousands of people watching a stream right now.
Yeah.
Like, it's like that world is so freaking huge. And then we're just like, you know? It's
I
crazy.
could go over to my
I
buddy's
think we're back
house.
to my teenaged Asian kids joke again.
So my friend Eric, right? Like, so he has an incredible gaming room, and he has the Elgato hooked up to his computer, so he can stream and we can play games on whatever system. And he could go live on YouTube, and just instantly 100, 200 people will go and watch him.
Crazy.
Just play video games, man.
Yeah.
But us three, we got knowledge about comic books like crazy, dude. And, you know, we'll get 20 to 25 people, which I absolutely enjoy talking comics with you guys. And I wish the comic community would show more love than what we have right now. Staring at a screen sucks to be true. Yeah, Tank Collects is right, man. It's more about comics. Comics are becoming the old man's game. What is it? 18 to 45 now collect comics more than the little kids do.
Damn. Isn't that crazy? You know? It's like you go into the shop on New Comic Book Day. How often do you see a kid?
When the parents bring them in, that's it.
Yeah.
And
During
it's
the
the
summer,
parent
that's
that's getting the comic.
Yeah. And then you see the kid look at the statues. If there's a TV or a couch, the kid sits there and waits. And it's like, dude, how are you not like, look at this. It looks cool. And they're like, I'm going to watch this Fortnite video on my phone. You know?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's a nostalgia industry, I think, a little bit, and it's hard to get young kids hooked on nostalgia when their lifespan is like 0. You should know all about that, Perry.
Oh yeah.
But I said this. So I said this on Tony Fett's interview earlier. I collected retro video games for a while, and I still have a bunch. I have, and you know, Nintendo 64, all that. Comic collecting is more fun than retro video game collecting. 100%, man. This is more fun. I absolutely love reading comic books than playing those retro games that just sit there and they collect dust.
I gotta say, John, I know you're a teacher. I gotta say, the school system for me made me hate reading. Like when I think, no, seriously, like when I thought of reading, it was like, this is a chore, this is a task.
Definitely.
I don't understand how people find this entertaining until I got my first Punisher Max issue, and my brother's like, because I looked up to my brother at the time, you know, as any smaller kid would do, and he's like, yo, this shit's cool. And I'm like, all right, let me look at it. And I was like, whoa, I didn't think this is like I'm watching a movie in a book. Like, this is so cool. And then I bring it to school, and the teacher's like, that's not literature. Don't bring that back to school. And I'm like, I'm being punished for reading. I don't like reading To Kill a Mockingbird. I'm sitting in class, like, falling asleep, you know? Or Edgar Allan Poe. God damn it, I get it, you know? Like, you know, or The Road Not Taken. Like, all right, cool. Like, give me a Spider-Man book. I'd rather read Spider-Man than read To Kill a Mockingbird.
And I think that's common because, I mean, I have kids every year that, I mean, I'm at a private school, so it's very different. I don't want to, like, say that it's the same everywhere or anything, but like Taffer's saying comics taught him to read. I know my wife was very frustrated by reading when she was at school. And certainly anybody, like I had my best friend all the way through school is dyslexic, and for him reading was a huge challenge, and comic books were the easiest way because he could connect a picture and then try to figure out the words as he went along. I think there's something really valuable to having a picture with words for those kinds of students that desperately need it. But whether it's for like challenge level or like it's difficult to read, or whether for, like you're saying, like an entertainment level, like I just don't like the books I'm being given. I need an alternative.
Yeah.
And a good teacher should be able to do that. You know, it's called differentiation, right? Every kid gets something different, whatever is at their skill level and at their interest level, and matching all those things, which is, I get it. It's a hard job, and you've got like 35 kids in your room, and you need to make sure everybody's needs are met. It's difficult, but that's the goal, especially when it comes to reading as an elementary school teacher. Like, that's the years when the kids need to learn and find an interest in reading. And the goal is that they leave elementary school feeling like reading is fun and there are books out there for me. Because it's just like movies. You might not like book A, but book B might be just what you were looking for.
Yeah.
So there were, I think, like 9th or 10th grade, our English teacher, she wouldn't have a set book you had to read. You just had to read a book that was a novel for however many weeks, and then you'd give kind of like a book report on it. So I would go out and find books on superheroes. So I read Superman, The Death and Life of Superman, right? That comic came out in the 90s. I read that book before I actually read the comics, right? There were X-Men books that came out that I would pick up at half-price books, and there were X-Men novels. 200 to 300 pages. And that's what I would read. And that's how I really got into superheroes, man. I remember reading these novels and then getting into the comic book genre after that. That's a good way. Teacher. You don't have to read to Kill a Mockingbird.
That's a good teacher, though, to recognize that. A teacher that can recognize that and build on that, because it's going to make a big difference for those kids.
I will say, And Then There Were None was probably like the only novel that I like. Which was a pretty good book. I like that.
And if you haven't read, like, I know probably almost all of us in the comic community have read Superman, The Death and Life, right? So he dies, Doomsday kills him, spoiler alert, and then he comes back to life. Another spoiler.
God, I hope that's not needed to say.
Yeah. But if you haven't, go find the novel. There's an actual book with no pictures. It's just a novel. And it is amazing. Just the way that they wrote this book out. That is a great book.
John, we have ALD Collects saying, John, if you don't mind answering, what grade subject do you teach? I come from a family of teachers and have a lot of respect for you and all teachers out there. Third grade.
I come from the same. Like both my parents were teachers. My dad ended up being an assistant superintendent. All of my step parents, my mom's been married twice and my dad once a second time. So all my step parents are teachers. My sisters-in-law are both teachers. Like everybody in my family is connected to teachers. So I teach third grade at an elementary school. So that's all subject areas. My school is a private school. There's a foreign language component. So we have foreign language teachers that come in and the gardening teachers and PE and that kind of thing. But I teach the primary subjects.
That's pretty cool, man.
That's cool. This is so this semester coming up is going to be my first semester actually like observing a teaching environment, because I'm in school now for history degree, teaching certification. So I'm nervous, man, about going actually to a high school to go observe and to watch.
It's exciting, though, man.
I'm nervous about it, man.
Oh man, I was such a dick student. If I see like a student advisor come in that's bald, hey Baldy, that was me. I was that kid.
Wow,
not somebody that's as big as me, man. You wouldn't.
You don't mess with a soldier.
You know what? I'm gonna definitely be wearing the tightest shirts I can, man. So the muscles are bulging out. You see all the veins and shit.
I can see Jabroni. Once the real teacher leaves, he'll be like, hey, kids, I have a YouTube channel, youtube.com.
Go hit me up.
Go subscribe.
Me a sub or two.
Oh, man.
Smash like.
No, man, you'll do great. I think teachers generally like helping other teachers, and that's the best part of like student teaching time, when you get to go and be in somebody else's classroom and see how they do it. You might not agree with what they do or how they do it, but you're learning by experiencing it instead of just reading about it. Right. I was in a kindergarten classroom in a public school for part of my student teaching, and the guy was a triple doctorate.
What?
The little kindergarten kids would call him Dr. Hernandez, and the guy was amazing, and he had K2 and first grade, so it was like a combo class, like the high skilled K2ers and the lower first graders together. And dude, he could manage. I can't manage kindergartners. That's like trying to manage the ocean. It's like you don't fuck around with that shit.
Oh man, I still have hatred in my heart for my kindergarten teacher who took my Yoshi little Hot Wheel car. That was my favorite little toy. She took it away and she never gave it back, and I'm still holding on to that.
She gave it to her kid, man.
She gave it to her kid. She's like, "Look, honey."
Oh my god. But that's the one thing Kindergarten Cop got right. You don't turn your back on the classroom.
No.
Like that. Those kids will run riot.
Tell them to get back to the carpet. You get your toy and go back to the carpet. I'm a princess. Get your toy and go back to the carpet.
That's in the movie, I'm assuming?
Yeah, oh my God.
It's so funny.
Go watch Kindergarten Cop, man.
One day.
That's good. That's
comedy, drama, there's some action in there. It is good. Good stuff, man.
That's awesome. ALD, that's awesome, brother.
What did he say? He said, cool, man. My grandfather was a super in my hometown, and my mom and 3 aunts teach at different levels. Whoa.
Yeah, I want to go like 8th grade, 9th grade, teach history, U.S. or Texas history, but I want to coach too, man. Football is really big here in Texas, so there's extra money. There's extra money in that coaching. I don't know a goddamn thing about coaching, but who cares? They don't care here in Texas.
Just blow a whistle.
They don't give a shit.
Run a lap.
There's good
One of my
money in that
best friends
stuff
is a teacher
any
here in
school.
Texas.
Oh wow!
Right, he's a teacher here in Texas. He coaches wrestling, and for extra money, he coaches the football team at the high school level. And this dude I've known since 6th grade doesn't know a damn thing about football, but he's the coach of football. I've known this man. He's never watched football in his life.
That's hilarious.
So
hey man, you watch a YouTube video how to coach football.
I played Madden. I know.
Yeah. Oh man,
just watch Waterboy. That's all you need.
That's pretty much it. That's all you need to know. Oh man, Waterboy, what a great movie.
I think at some point in that movie, he's reading like How to Coach for Dummies or something. He's reading the coaches reading Coaching for Dummies.
Oh man, that's funny. I like Adam Sandler. He does good movies. Big Daddy, that was a good one.
He used to do good movies.
Dude, he
Happy
did
Gilmore
some Netflix
great
movies.
Movie.
He just did a Netflix movie that was pretty good.
The newest one?
When he pretended to kill himself and a friend, and they changed their identity. You know
Is this the one where he's got the mustache? He's on vacation in Greece or something?
It's got the really famous actress in it.
Let me see.
Jennifer Aniston?
Jennifer Aniston. There
Adam Sandler movies.
Oh, Jesus.
Netflix.
He's researching again.
You got to throw it in the Google machine, man.
Just watch Happy Gilmore, dude. That's the movie to watch.
Sandy
Happy
Wexler
Gilmore.
was pretty good.
That's the one.
Sandy Wexler. That was pretty good. That just came out. Oh yeah, the do-over.
All right, guys, I gotta bail here. I'm gonna do the Rod the Weekend. My phone's about to die here.
It's pushing 2 in the morning.
My lady's waiting.
Oh yeah, it's 1.
It's 1:58.
Well, we're calling it a night.
Yes. I appreciate everybody that joined in the chat. Thank you guys for staying awake. I hope you guys have a easy hangover in the morning, and I'll be watching your show, Mr. John. And
I'll be there.
Let me say, watch one of my other videos over here, because I'm gonna put an end screen, and then click the big PC to subscribe. If you watch this to the end, God bless you.
God bless you.
Have a good night, guys.
Peace.